All righty. Hi there, guys. This is another weekend of Street Dance Roots, and I thank you, audience, for tuning in and then watching it throughout the weeks that's coming. I have a great panel today, and my dancers today are from India, and I've watched their video clips, and they're awesome. And you're going to hear from each and every one of them there, and I'm proud to have them on. And I want to thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate. I've seen some of you before, but some I have not. But it's an honor to have you guys, and I really appreciate that you're here. I really do. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alpha, for featuring us. It's a proud moment. Happy.
You're welcome. And then, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to introduce Damita, my special guest, and she's going to probably spend every country that we go to spread the love of locking. She will probably be on the panel if I can twist her arms every week. And then because of the knowledge that she has about locking and everything. And then we have Scoo B Doo. Everyone knows Scooby. He's a creator. He's actually a wonderful guy when you don't make him mad.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
So that's Scooby Doo, and he's going to be on a panel from different countries as well with us, and I appreciate you too. And then we have Rocky, who is our co-host from India that I had the pleasure of meeting like a year or so ago, and one of the nicest people that I could ever meet as a dancer, as a person. He's really just a general nice person, seriously. Seriously. So Rocky, thank you for putting everyone together for me. I appreciate it. And if you wouldn't mind to introduce everyone for us, thank you. You need your mic on, just turn your mic on, Rocky. Yes, your mic, there you go, thank you.
And thank you, Alpha, for featuring us. And I will start from my left. So Rakesh, his locking name is Lockesh. Since he does locking, Rakesh became Lockesh. So that's his name. Some people think it's Lokesh. So it's not Lokesh, it's Lockesh. And he looks like a celebrity here in India, Dharmesh, famous TV show artist. So we do have a yeah. And next is 3D Lock, Dimitri from Kolkata. I know him for many years. He's an excellent locker. And the next guy is Goodfoot from Proximity Crew, Hyderabad. The only guy I know from Hyderabad, like for many years, who does locking. And the next is Busk Man, locking Dubai before. Sartak Sarma from Jaipur. And Nagi from Chennai, locking Gundagal. And next is Tamil from N-Beaters Crew, Trichy. And next is Cyclops, aka Shakti from Chennai, locking Gundagal. Been doing since 2013. And Mr. V, Saurabh from New Delhi, the capital of India. And the Lockstar from Fast Crew, Mumbai. And we have the super duper Supahit from Mumbai. And we have Jatin, aka Panda, locking Panda from Mumbai. And Naren Singh, please come on the video. And we have, I don't know what happened with Deepayan from Kolkata. And then Priya will be joining in. Is there anyone else left out?
I think.
I guess.
Naren is not there.
Okay, one guy couldn't join because one of his cousin sister passed away today, so he couldn't join. So
sorry for his loss.
Vishwa from Locking Gundagal, Chennai. Yeah.
Sorry for his loss.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So is that everyone, Rock?
Yes.
Okay.
There'll
good.
be people joining in. Yeah.
Good. Well, welcome, guys. And so what I'm going to do is screw up your name when I call you. First of all, but when I call you, you just feel free to start telling me about your history I call it your street dance history, um, your street dance history of locking or any other style that you may do. Okay. So I'm actually going to start with 3D lock. I'm going to start with you. If you can tell me about yourself. I need your mic on. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So my real name is Dimitri and my dance name is 3D Lock. Firstly, I'm really honored to be here in this panel because you guys are like really been an inspiration for me beginning. So it's an absolute honor. So thank you, Rocky. Thank you, you all for having me here, for inviting me here. So my journey started like from 2011. I started as a popper. Then I was watching more YouTube videos, battles and stuff. Then I came on to locking. I saw some locking videos, locking battles. Then I saw Firelock, Hurricane as a pair, Ilken Bosch, then Gogo Brothers. I saw Tiffany Jimmy Bong, then Locking Khan, all those lockers, and I was like really amazed by watching them, and also the lockers. Watching Fluky Luke with the dynamics, I was like so inspired by the movement, and from since then I fell in love with the groove and the move, how they used to do it. Then what I did, I started watching, searching for locking tutorials. So how I'm gonna learn those steps? Because then eventually I learned the steps, but it took me a few more years to get more deep into the style because back then there were hardly any teachers in India. So it was really difficult for me to get information. So I started then, that's how I learned initially, and then I started traveling outside. And then my first travel was in Mumbai. There were only two lockers and we battled each other. I lost, so that doesn't matter. And then my first
That's Soul
international
Jam, right?
sorry,
That's Soul Jam. That's Soul Jam, right?
that's Soul Jam. Yes, that's Soul Jam. Yeah, with Mix 62. Yes. So that was something else because that was my first travel outside, like going outside the city and doing a battle. So that was some first experience I had. Then after 1 or 2 years, I went to Chennai for Funk in India, and that was my first national win. But back then, before the event, before 2 days, I had an injury. I broke my back. Then it was really difficult for me to go there and be mentally prepared. But I was really focused then that I should go and popping Pete and Yoda Jones were the judge. So I really wanted to go there. I didn't tell anyone that my back is broken. None of the lockers knew, so only few knows. So I went and luckily I won the jam. So from that jam I realized something that if your focus is strong enough, then nothing can stop you. So I was really inspired and got motivated more. Then I came back and after 2 years, yes, after 2 years I heard that Just Debut prelims gonna happen in India. So I got really excited to get part in that. So I went for that event. We battled two teams from Kazakhstan and we won the jam. And then we got to, and I was really happy. I was like laughing with joy. So that I could represent my country because that was one of my dream back then. So in 1 day or 2 days, we went to Just Debut Paris, and though I couldn't make it to the finals, that's okay for me. But the experience which I had is unforgettable because I got to meet so many people out there. I got to meet my inspirations there. I got to cipher and talk to so many people. So that was really inspiring for me, and that's how that's what happened then. So that was one first time I went international, and then in the I say in in the next year, I heard KOD was coming to India again. So, and another dream which I had, I wanted to have my own crew, own group, and represent the country as a team. So, I was calling all the lockers from India to team up. Then, even the question was availability, because most of the lockers weren't available, and I wanted the best team to represent the country. So I started calling up people, and then I called Sarthak and then Mr. V, who is here with us, and then we made a team and went for the competitions. We made the routines and contacted each other, because like the traveling inside the country is very tough over here in India, because through train it takes a lot of time and the flights are really expensive. So we had to travel like 32 hours in train and then really go for the battle and in the event. So, but we always enjoyed. I actually enjoy the train travel, because we always play the music in the train. Some people get annoyed, but that's how we have fun. So that's how the KOD came out to us, and we represented the India and in Korea. Then Korea was a different experience for me, because Just Debut was a different experience and Korea was a different experience for me. But the love which I got there and support was really motivating. And best part was the having that feeling that you got to represent the country and you cannot let down. You people are looking to you, because and you gotta represent. You winning or losing doesn't matter for me, but you gotta represent. You gotta give your heart and make a mark about yourself. So that's how I used to get motivated and be focused. So that's how KOD I did the KOD represented India in KOD. Then mostly like all this experience is really matters a lot. I've grown as a dancer, as a person through all these journeys and traveling, because all the lockers, all the people have so many different things to say and show their culture. Culture is very different. In like India has a very fast culture, so everywhere you go, you get to see different culture and different people. So you have been anywhere in the country, I feel. So that really helps a dancer to grow as a person and to grow from here as a dancer. So I think that's why I feel as a gift that I've got, and I wish to continue this further in my journey and uh, get inspired from you guys and inspire more people. Because in India, when I started, me, Rocky, there were only few lockers in India. There were only handful of lockers. I got to know about Rocky. I got to know about Mick. I got to know about Dipan, who is from my city. We started together. Who was supposed to join us with us, but is not here. So yeah,
The indie
there were
lockers.
very few lockers in India. So
Indie lockers.
Rocky, say something.
Indie
Huh?
lockers. You get to know indie lockers.
Indie lockers, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we tried to form a group from different city, because we wanted India to grow as a lockers. We wanted more lockers to join and come up in India. So we formed a forum called Indie Lockers, which didn't work out in future, but that was a start. We wanted to push. How we wanted to push by representing through social medias and arranging jams and doing the style authentically. Because back then when I started, people used to lock before, but they weren't full-time lockers. So yeah, but when I see after a few more years, within few more years, the locking scene really grew properly, and it's still growing, because from 10 to 15 lockers, it became 60. Then the next year, in few months, I'm watching there are hundreds of lockers in a jam. So it was really good feeling for me. So yes, as I said, all these journeys, all this traveling and experiences has helped me a lot. And I really wish to continue this further. And what I feel, if more opportunities come to India, and India got very sick lockers who got a lot of potentials, and world should know these lockers. What I feel, because then one thing, they need to travel more and get recognized. So I feel if more opportunity comes to India, then yeah, India has a lot of potential to have a scene in the world map. Yes, so I think that is my journey till now, and yes, I'm really inspired from you guys. Uh, so keep inspiring, keep motivating us. Because if you motivate, if you for inspiring, for your inspiration, we are going forward. We are moving forward. We are getting inspired. So I'm really grateful and will be forever grateful. Thank you.
Great, thank you. I have a question for you. How, how old were you when you first started locking?
Sorry,
How old were
How
you
old
when
are
you
you?
first started locking?
how old
How
were
old
I?
are you? Yeah, yeah.
What
Yeah,
year?
When
What
you
year?
started, when you
now
started
I'm,
locking.
yeah, I was probably 18 or 17, 18. Yes,
Okay, and what year was that?
it was 2012.
Oh, good. Okay, fantastic. Good. So you've been for a little while. That's good. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And for being, telling us your story. And that's exactly the example that he just set the example of what we want to do. So the next person, you can follow that example. That was excellent. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay, we're gonna go to
So much. It's not a
uh, my pleasure. Cyclops? Yes.
Rakesh?
No.
Cyclops, Shakti.
Yeah, Cyclops.
Okay.
Yes. I'm sorry. I told
Okay.
you to butcher the I knew I was going to screw up the name, so I'm sorry. But I want to hear your story.
Sure. Sure. Thank you. First of all, before I start, it's a really great privilege for me to be here sharing the same space with Alpha, Scoo B Doo, Damita, and the other great lockers in India. It is such a
Thank
privilege. I
you.
can't explain because I remember still the first session when you started the street dance routes. I remember many people, Gemini and other people were there. And for me, it is really too soon to feature here. So this was really unexpected, and thank you so much for that. Also, thank you, Rocky Bro, for inviting us and giving this platform. Yeah. I started dancing in the year 2007, so it's been 13 years. But when I started, it was more of I actually had an identity crisis. I want to associate myself to something which is get hurt, and so that's how I started. Initially, it was more into imitating some of the HHI performances and so on. So I started a crew along with my friends in my college days. Crew name was Desires. So when I so it was in 2013 when I started getting into locking. So I was actually searching for good locking schools in Chennai. So options came up where two dance schools, HNT and All for One. So I came to know that Alpha 1 and 2 George was not really teaching those days. So I had to choose HNT. I think I was fortunate to meet Rocky. Rocky was my first teacher. He's also my first dance teacher who introduced street styles to me. So before choosing Hips and Toes, I chose locking because to me locking is one of the street styles wherein you'll have to be really creative because the vocabulary is limited. If you're not creative, it just shows up. And that's what really motivated me to choose that because you'll have to have a lot of surprises, stops, and that really I could associate myself more to the dance style. So it was a natural choice for me. In fact, I started with breaking first when I joined the Hips and Toes, but to be really honest, I couldn't cope up with breaking with my tummy. I couldn't do a lot of freezes and so on. So I had to get out of it and get more serious into locking. Rocky was my first teacher. I was getting trained under him for more than a couple of years. He helped me with the foundation techniques and so on, approaches to battle, different strategies and so on. So this was till 2015. 2015 is when Gemini came to India. That was my first time to Indian Premier Locking.
16. It was 2016.
2016. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was my proper entry into the locking. That's when I had confidence to get in the locking. Fortunately, I won the jam. So that, Gemini helped me to clean up some of the foundations. That was a real good experience for me. That sort of changed my foundation a bit. So that was really helpful. From then on, we uh, we as in myself along with my crewmates Nagendra Prasad and Vishwa. So we also learned from one other teacher called Anto George. So he helped us in getting the dance and soul aspect into the locking. So that was again a, a different experience for me to incorporate some other missing elements into the locking. So that Anto George is one of the teachers that I'm grateful to. So these are probably some of the teachers that those are the reason for what I am right now. So this was later after 2016 and 17. So that's the time where we formed a crew locking Gundargal alongside Vishwa and Nagi, and we still practice together. We are like brothers for life. We share a lot of information. We share a lot of fun together and so on. Initially, when I came to HNT and when I was learning from Rocky, I was also got introduced to one of the corporate crews, TCS dance team. The crew name is Tapping Toes. Again, that's one dance family where I share a lot of fun. That gave me a sense of belonging, being part of a dance crew and doing a lot of locking routines and so on. So crews like Locking Gundargal and Tapping Toes push me a lot. We inspire from each other. We share, exchange a lot of information. Um, so my inspiration and in the past, in the present, and I think in the future as well, is Tony Gogo. Tony Gogo has been my real inspiration. He is my hero in locking, to be really frank. Uh, there was one special experience where Rocky got Tony Gogo to India for one of the IPL events. That was really an unforgettable memory for me. Because I've always fantasized being dancing in front of him and he acknowledging me. That was one of my common dreams. So when he came here, I got to dance in front of him, and that was a really unforgettable experience. He noticed it, and he came to me and he talked. We had a discussion for a while, and he some of the things that he told me, I'll definitely never forget in my life. So in fact, he is the one who gave me the name Cyclops. He thought that Cyclops means a one-eyed vision, a man with one-eyed vision. So he thought my uh, vision to the dance was different from the others, and it was special. So that's why he gave the name. So I was really fortunate and thankful to Rocky Bro for getting Tony Kogo to India, and uh, post which I also got a chance to travel to LA last year. I came there. In fact, the plan was to meet Damita and Alpha. I pinged you, and there was a schedule, but in the last minute it got cancelled. So I only got to spend time with Flow Master, Tony Basil, and Luz Caboose. The experience was real good. I had plans to meet Damita, Alpha, and Fluky Luke. But that got again cancelled in the last minute. So traveling there and get to learn from the people who have lived the life and who were there from the time it started, it gave me a real different experience to me. It is again, that was a really different experience. They also they also sense that Indian lockers have rhythms. So I showed our performances, my performance and other lockers performances to them. They were really happy to see that because they think that rhythms are something that comes naturally to Indians thanks to our diverse culture, and rhythms have been really part of us for years and centuries. So it was a good feeling to get acknowledged by the originals like Tony Basil. She was really excited to see the dance when I showed the clips, and she could sense that we guys are bringing in our own aspect uh, of it into the locking scene. So that was again an interesting experience. yeah, this has been my journey so far. Hope to do a lot of other things in the future.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That was excellent. Thank you. And you guys that speak, and you still have time to speak later if you come up, if you think of something else. And when we finish, you can still you can
Sure.
you know, if you think of something else that you would like to say. I'm gonna go to
Sorry, Alpha. I just missed one point.
yes, no problem. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because I was in a real hurry to not to miss out any names. So
No,
I
take your
just
time.
missed one name, Tash.
Oh
She
yeah.
was close. I mean, more like a sister to me. She has been helping me a lot for like more than a couple of years, both
Great.
personally and in the locking scene as well. She was more like a mentor to me. Uh, I think I have to mention that because talking to her brought in a lot of holistic perspective because she used to be close to many of the OGs. She could bring in a lot of perspectives, and she has a 360-degree view of the locking. So talking
Yes.
to her really helped me in understanding the art form as a whole from everyone's perspective. I know she's close to Scoo B Doo, Damita, you yourself, and even to Dawn. Uh, yeah, I missed to mention her name. Thanks to her.
Big shout out to Tosh. Right on. We all love Tosh. So that's good that you brought up her name. Very good. Okay, so thank you for that. And so we're going to go to Bushman. How you doing, sir?
Sarthak,
Yes.
mute
And
me, mute, remove your Tamil பேசுறேன்.
say again.
Yeah, can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Namaste, everyone. Thank you, Rockyn, for bringing me here. I'm honored to be here. And okay, I am from Jaipur. It's in Rajasthan in India. It's a part of deserts, and it's been almost 10 years I'm dancing. I used to copy Lay Twins first, the two twin brothers from France. I used to copy them because I had no idea what street dancing is and what are the styles. But there was a guy, Rakshit, who came to Jaipur for a popping workshop. And I don't know what happened, but I fell in love with locking in a popping workshop. Maybe it was the music, but yeah, my journey started from there, and I left everything what I was copying. I just understand that it's not something to copy. It's uh, you have to be original. Maybe it can take you time, but I started understanding things. Then I found a lot of jams which were happening. That's why the organizers they played a very good part, because I saw the videos on YouTube. Maybe I can see what is happening, but when I went to the jam, I understand how an MC, how a DJ, and what is the vibe of a cipher and how a battle works. That is how I started. Then it just goes on. The journey just goes on. The love just, Uh, I was not that much connected to the funk music before. It was mostly on the Indian music when I used to do it, because I was not understanding the funk music. Hip hop, I was interested in hip hop music, but then it take time. But a time came when it was just funk music. I want to listen it all day. The bass line, the slaps, I just fell in love with that. I started posting my videos on Facebook, and Locker from Russia, Vovan Godian, he saw my video, and he just told me that your techniques are not right. And I messaged him that I have nobody to learn from, so can you advise me something? And he started teaching me. He started teaching me on Skype. He gave me the basics. Yeah, he helped me a lot. One from Russia, big respect. Then Alice Liz Funk from France too. Yeah, she taught me. I had a very good connection with her. I learned from her, and yeah, then I went to many jams. I even went to Chennai, uh, and I was really amazed because I never see so many lockers together in India. It was at that time, it was either in Jaipur, because there were lockers growing. There were a lot of lockers in Jaipur at that time, and either in Chennai, and I really liked that. I went to Chennai. I saw Gemini for the first time. It was I went when Gemini was there, and it was just amazing to see him. And then I met many more lockers. But then a time came when uh, I stopped going to the jams, and I started traveling. I was just traveling and busking around. That is my name. You can see it's Busk Man, because I was traveling all over India for last 3.5 years, and I was earning through busking. I wanted to experience how it feels to be on the streets and live a life from there. So I was traveling all over India and performing on the streets, earning money, and I think that's the point where the love was truly there. That I cannot separate it now. That was the moment I realized like I always heard the teachers saying me what is the definition of funk, what it is, but I think it's the time when I really experienced it in me. It just gave me a feeling which I don't think it belongs to human. Like it was not happy, it was not sad. It was just something which was not human, but which gave a freedom.
Freedom.
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Very good. Very good. Okay, now we're going to go to Nyanse. Nyanse? Uh,
Naren Singh, Locking Singh.
yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me, guys?
Yes. How do you pronounce it? I'm sorry.
It's okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank
Naren Singh.
Rockyn. Thank you, sir. Okay, can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we can.
Okay. First of all, thank you, everyone, and thank you, Rockyn. Thank you, sir. And I've been watching your videos from a very long time. Uh, so I started dancing in when I was in ninth standard. I think it was 2009, and when I started dancing Bollywood. So Bollywood is like Indian dance style, we can say. So we used to dance. Basically, it is like choreographed dance. We choreographed a music piece and we performed it on any stage, or in. We also teached in classes also. But then in 2013, my father passed away, and after that, I decided to leave dancing. I don't wanted to dance anymore. But then I met some of my friends who were still dancing, so they encouraged me to carry on. Then I met my two friends named Abhay and Shivam. They are also from Jaipur. We met and we organized a workshop. Uh, we organized a workshop of there is a crew in India which is very famous. Its name is Famous Crew, in which Abhishek Das and Supahit, who is in here panel, they came here and gave workshop first time when I introduced to hip hop and other styles for the very first time in my life. So I took a locking workshop of Hitesh Supahit. He's my first teacher of locking, and I get to know about locking. I started like searching of it. Then I searched some videos on YouTube, and I came across a video of Hilti and Bosch. So when I saw them dancing, I thought it is not real. Like they were moving so fast, and their hand movements and legs, and like I thought it cannot be real. So I slowed the video down and started watching it, and then I realized that yes, it can be possible, and the person can do it if it takes only practice to do it. So I started practicing some things, and then I started to search some famous logger in India, in like in the world, So I searched first name P-Lock. So I texted him, sir, hello, sir, hi, sir, good evening, good morning. So can you teach me something and can you tell me something? So one day after like 3 or 4 months, he replied and said, okay, what do you want to learn? Then I said, okay, whatever you want to teach me. So he replied, okay, then keep practicing. So I was like very unhappy or unsatisfied at that moment. But I took it uh, seriously, like I started practicing more and more. Then I moved to Mumbai to learn something, like to grow more, to learn more. To join, actually, I moved to Mumbai to join Supahit's class in Mumbai. So I took his classes for like 1 month. So there I met Rockyn. So he was giving a workshop there. So I attended his workshop and I started learning. Like he teased me like so well, and then I started to understanding more what is what locking is actually, about the music rhythm and other things. And then he invited me in Chennai, where he's in IPL. So there is India's one and only locking event is IPL, which happens in Chennai. So he invited me there, and I went to the event, and I feel this is the heaven for like lockers. So I've seen very first time there were like 50 or 45 or 50 plus lockers. So I seen first time.
What
You lost it.
happened?
I guess there is some network problem.
Oh. Is he coming back?
He must have.
He's coming up. He's coming back.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Naren.
lost it.
Yoo-hoo.
His computer's
Hi,
like
hi,
mine.
hi, hello, hello,
No, I noticed.
Sorry.
hello.
I noticed that his screen was going in and out.
Yeah.
I wanted him
Naren.
to say as much as he can before we lose him.
Hey, hey, hello, hello,
Hello?
Yes, we could hear you, but we can't see you.
hello, 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 hello.
Hello,
Can you
yaar
hear
pe
us?
kar de.
Yeah,
Can you
hello.
hear us?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
We can hear you too.
You can continue talking, we just can't see you.
Again left. He left.
Okay, well,
Oh,
what
he
I'll
left?
do, I'm gonna go to Supahit.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, he's
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Yeah, I'm here.
All right, he's back.
So he's,
Hello.
Go ahead, we see you. You could go ahead and,
Frozen.
Hello.
yes, you there, but
yes,
you're
yes.
frozen.
बोल नरेन. नरेन बोल.
अच्छा आ रही है क्या आवाज अभी?
हाँ आ रही है.
Hello.
बोल दे. बोल.
Let him know.
Okay. So
Let him know we'll come to him, Rocky. We can come later.
Yes.
And let him know that we will come back to him
can I speak?
together.
Yeah, you can.
We can
Can I
hear
speak?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
you can. Go ahead, speak.
Okay. So I went to Chennai and I attended the whole event, and I got to learn something new. Like it was the first time I was attending a locking event. So Wovan was there, and I learned from him, and I grew up. Like I improved my some basic fundamentals, and then started practicing more. And then I attended IPL second when Scoo B Doo came there, and attended his workshop, then Tony Gogo's workshop, and uh, I learned a lot. Like I came to understand the dancing, the fundamentals, the behind the thing, what a dancer should know. So I improved, which I wanted to always. And Rocky Anna always supported me to like. He always like when he called me, like when he invited me first time in Chennai. Then he said that if you don't have money, then you don't have to like pay me at that point. You can pay me later. So he like very supported me at that time, and he's very supportive also. Some like he supported many like lockers in India. So thank you, Rocky, for all your support and love. And yeah, now I'm like it's been 6 or 7 years I'm dancing locking. And yeah, that's it.
Okay,
Very good. Very good.
very good. Thank you so much. Sorry we lost
Thank
you
you.
for a little bit, but
Hey,
very good. Okay, I think I was going to Supahit.
Supahit.
Right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you fine. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, before starting to say something about my journey, I would like to say that this is the first time I'm doing the interactive session, and that too with the OG. Okay. So I'm here with like I've prepared a point like what to say. Okay. Like to be precise, Rocky told us like you have to be precise like 10 minutes. So I prepared a point. So
All right. Yeah.
okay. So yeah, my I started dancing like at a very young age. When I was 6 years old in 2003. Okay, so my sister is my inspiration when I started dancing, because
Yeah.
she was a Bollywood dancer, like a professional Bollywood dancer. Okay, and when I was 6 years old, I saw her performing in front of me, and she inspired me and she pushed me like you can also do this more, like you can also do this dance. There's so much of fun. So I started doing Bollywood dance, and from 2003 to 2006 I did Bollywood dance, and from 2006 uh, I started doing contemporary, and with contemporary I started doing folk dancing, North Indian folk dance.
Mm-hmm.
So my journey was like a completely like a it's a like full mixed. It's a cocktail. It's a cocktail. It's not a proper like a proper style. I started with Bollywood. Then slowly I got to learn about contemporary, then Indian folk dance. Okay, and finally in 2011, okay, in 2011 when I passed my 10th grade, I took admission to a college where I met my mentor Abhishek Das. He is my mentor. His name is Abhishek Das, and he introduced me about this type locking, and not only locking. Like he introduced me to popping, breaking, house dance, hip hop, like everything. So for me, a a completely new from a contemporary world, okay, and to directly to the street style, it was very difficult for me because the fundamentals of like it is very different. It is very different. So I started with breaking in 2011. I started with breaking, and in 2012 when I introduced by my mentor about this style locking, uh, like I there was no workshop happening in India in 2012. So I used to watch videos, lot of YouTube videos, and I used to copy them. Okay, the first person I think I watched was Locking Khan from Korea. Like his locking tutorial. So I watched that. Like he's the one whom I saw doing locking in front of my, like when I started locking. So he completely inspired me with his move. And then moving on to 2013, 2000 sorry, in 2014 I attended one jam. It's Hip Hop International India, HHI, locking category, where I won this category. And that victory, that victory motivated me more, and it pushed me more about locking, like towards locking, to know more about this style, that victory. And 2014 I won HHI, and 2015 no, not in 15, in 2016, I got to know about this jam, IPL, Indian Premier Locking Championship. It was the first ever locking event. I got to know about this jam, like organized by Rocky. So I was so excited to attend this jam because it was very difficult for me to, learn locking because I heard that Rocky is bringing Funky J from France, and I never attended any like very few international workshop I've attended before IPL, but I was so excited for the Funky J Jam, the IPL. So when I attended a jam, I got to know more about this style, about this locking, like what is funk and what is the move, like each meaning, like the meaning of every step behind every step. So I got to know about that step, and then yes, I won that first locking competition, like first ever locking event. I won that, and it again like the same thing happened with me. It again pushed me more, pushed like it again motivates me to learn more about this style. To like I was so hungry to learn this style because whenever whenever I used to learn this style, I'm always like, yeah, like there is something remaining in this. So I always used to learn. I always used to watch the videos, and yes, like in 2016 I won IPL, and then after Wovan came. I think in the next IPL Gemini was there, but I didn't make it to that.
Yeah.
After that, yes,
Yes,
Gemini
it's
was there, right?
2017 January when Woven came here.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
in first IPL, I was there, and I would like to thank you, Rocky. I would like to thanks Rocky to bringing down such event, such artist to India, because I think uh, attending those jams, it was a turning point in my learning experience. It was like, I really got to know about more, about more fundamentals, about the history, about the music, and the other thing is like whenever any artist comes in India, like any locking artist, they are so free to share anything like about music, about knowledge. I always I remember that the 2 hours workshop it extended to 4 hours. you know there is no time limit. Like if the workshop starts at 2 p.m, the workshop ends at 7 or 8 p.m. There is no they are not stopping. So they're continuously sharing. So that is the best part about the community of the locking community. The same thing I'm doing, the same thing whenever I travel to any city of India. I've traveled almost every places in India. So whenever there is 2 hours workshop, i'm I never I never think of time. I just share however you know how much I can, as much as I can. So that is the important thing I've learned from the locking artist. Don't stop to share whatever you have. Keep sharing, be it music, about knowledge, about steps, about moves, anything. And then yes, first IPL 2016, then Wovan, then Rubenchi, then Scooby Doo was also there, and I remember I remember that when Sir Scooby Doo complimented me that you are one of the best dancer in Asia. So if you remember, sir,
I
if you remember
remember.
this,
I remember that. Yeah.
yeah, that compliment like this that means world to me. And that was like I lost that event. I lost that event, but that compliment was a trophy to me. Like it was it was the biggest thing than the achieve like it's the biggest achievement for me in that year. So thank you so much for
Yeah.
that because it really changes my the life my life and my approach towards the about the event, about the battle.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. I remember this thing. And next year I got to learn more about like Izaskun was also there next year IPL. So basically, like these are like, and there are many more artists. Selena, like I got to learn from,
You
and
missed.
I'm very grateful. Though, like at that time, when I started locking in 2012, I didn't get any proper. I didn't have any proper sources to learn. And now in 2016, 17, like people are bringing locking artists like Rocky, and all others are trying to bring all the artists. So it's going good. It's going great. And yes, one more thing I would like to say, like this is in 8 months back. 8 months back, I formed a crew in Mumbai. Okay, and the name is the Bombay Lockers. The Bombay Lockers. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So the motive behind this crew was to, I really wanted to share the things which I had learned from you guys. I really wanted to
Yeah.
pass on that thing. Okay, I never think about money, nothing. So
Yeah.
8 months back, I formed a crew, Bombay Lockers, and it's not a fixed member crew like 7 members. Like I am trying to extend it as much as I can from Mumbai, so that I can pass on my knowledge, whatever I'm getting from you guys. So yeah, like I'm trying it, and yes, also I'm coming up with a new video day after tomorrow. The Bombay Lockers new video is coming. So uh, I'm excited to share with you guys. And yes, that is my journey and many more to come. And
Yeah.
yes,
Very
one thing
good. Very good.
one point I would like to share. Like I am a big Bollywood fan. Okay, so my inspiration I take from the dancer, but half of the inspiration, like most of the inspiration I take from the actors of Indian cinema, Indian film industry. So that is all like that also helped me in my performance when I dance locking. So yeah, like this is the point, and that's it.
Thank you
And this
so
is the
much.
first time I'm doing this interactive, and I was excited, and at the same time I was nervous also, because the first thing, and that too with the OGs. So
Yeah.
Well, thank you. And you did very good for your first time doing Zoom. That is very good.
And Alpha, I want to add something in between.
Yes.
When Supahit was saying, like, people, that artists that comes here to teach locking never care about the timing, they keep doing it. I bring people only like that, like Scoo B Doo. I have to say this. It was the day of the event, started like 10 in the morning, and it went till evening, and then we had 4 hours of workshop, 4 hours continuous workshop. And I was worrying about Scoo B Doo. I was asking, Scooby, 4 hours? When I say like 4 hours, 4 hours. I said like, Scooby, we can reduce. No, will they be able to do it? Is what
Yeah.
he said. So, and it went like more than 4 hours straight.
I
And he
know. Yeah.
Very good.
and
Well,
I had to
we
put
get a
one
chance.
point,
I'm
like
gonna give you a chance to tell your story, Rocky.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
saving you for the last.
Yeah, sure, bro.
Thank you for your. I love it. I'm glad that we happened to be with you when you did your first Zoom. You were a bunch of lockers and some OGs, so that was very good. So that's a good memory that you can always have. And we're gonna go to Termo. Is that Termo? I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, but I think you get the idea. I apologize. Tell me about your
Hello everyone. Hi. எனக்கு எனக்கு இங்கிலீஷ்ல ஃப்ளூயன்ஸா எதுவும் சொல்ல தெரியல, ஸோ அதனால நான் தமிழ்ல ட்ரை பண்றேன். அது ராக்கேனா?
Okay, I'm சொல்றேன். Okay. He's not very fluent in English, so he will explain things in Tamil as same as his name. So I'm going to translate it to English with my.
Okay, fantastic. Have him not to move the mic around. Just he has to hold his mic steady.
He is feeling shy.
நான் ஹலோ அண்ணா கேக்குதா? நான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் காலேஜ் டீம்ல தான் நான் ஜாயின் பண்ணேன். டான்ஸ்ல முன்னாடி இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருந்துச்சு. ஆனா எனக்கு அங்க ஸ்கூல் படிக்கும்போது ப்ராப்பரா கத்துக்க தெரியல, அங்க பிளேசஸ் எதுவும் கிடைக்கல. அதுக்கப்புறம் காலேஜ் வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் நான் காலேஜ் டீம்ல ஜாயின் பண்ணேன். காலேஜ் டீம்ல ஜாயின் பண்ணி என்பிடெஸ் க்ரூ அவங்க தான் காலேஜ் டீம் வந்து மெயின், அவங்க தான் கொரியர் பண்றது எல்லாம் பண்ணிருந்தாங்க. நான் அதுக்கப்புறம் காலேஜ் டீம்ல இருந்து என்பிடெஸ் போனேன். என்பிடெஸ்ல ஜாயின் பண்ணி அதுக்கப்புறம் அவங்க கூட தான் ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன் ஃபுல்லா. நான் என்பிடெஸ் டீம்ல தான் இருந்தேன் ஃபுல்லாவே.
So he can repeat. Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to learn dance. Can you Tamil சொல்லி முடிச்சிடுறேன் இது வரைக்கும் சொல்லி.
ஓகேண்ணா.
Okay, Tamil wanted to learn dance since his school. He didn't have any like options to learn from somebody. College he get to learn from NBDS dance crew, like choreographing crew for the college. So joined NBDS crew to learn from them, and he started to dance from them.
Okay.
He started to learn dance from them. I'm sorry. Yeah.
All right. Go ahead. It's okay.
பேசுடா பேசு, மூச்சு முட்டை அடிக்க கூடாது. Okay.
2015க்கு அப்புறம் தான் அங்க கொரியோ அந்த மெயின் டீம்லயே ஜாயின் பண்ணேன். ஜாயின் பண்ணிட்டு அங்க எல்லாரும் தனித்தனியா ஒவ்வொரு ஸ்டைலா பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருப்பாங்க. எனக்கு அப்போ நான் வந்து ஹிப்ஹாப், பிரேக்கிங் அந்த மாதிரி அந்த ஸ்டைல்லாம் தெரியாது. அதுக்கப்புறம் அவங்க தினேஷ் அண்ணா, யாசிகண்ணா அவங்க தான் என்னோட மாஸ்டர்ஸ். அவங்க சொல்லும்போதுதான் ஏதாவது ஒரு ஸ்டைல் எடுத்து பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு சொன்னாங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் நான் கொரியோ ஆடும்போது எனக்கு லாக்கிங்ல கொஞ்சம் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் அதிகம். அந்த ஸ்டைல் நல்லா இருக்கு, கொஞ்சம் ஜாலியா இருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் அந்த லாக்கிங் வீடியோஸ்லாம் டோனி கோகோ பிரதர்ஸ் அவங்க எல்லாம் பார்க்கும்போது எனக்கு இன்னும் ரொம்ப ஆர்வம் அதிகமாயிடுச்சு அதுல. எஸ்பெஷலி அவங்க டோனி கோகோ வீடியோ பார்க்கும்போது எனக்கு இது ஜாலியா இருக்கு, நல்லா ஃபீல் பண்ணி ஜாலியா ஆடுறாங்க, நம்ம இந்த டான்ஸே ஆடுவோம், இதையே ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணிக்குவோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு நான் லாக்கிங்கே ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டேன். அதுக்கப்புறம் லாக்கிங் எப்படி கத்துக்கிறது அப்படின்னு யோசிச்சுட்டு இருக்கிறப்போ ராக்கி அண்ணா திருச்சி வந்தாங்க. திருச்சியில அவங்களோட லாக்கிங் ஒர்க் ஷாப்.
எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணிடுறேன் லென்த்தா போகுது. ஓகே.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Okay. So after joining okay. So he joined NBD's main dance crew after 2015, and he started with hip hop and breaking. Dinesh and Yasik, NBD's crew, the founders, they are his teachers for the dance, hip hop, breaking, and choreography. So he started to do it, and then people in their crew, like they started to practice different styles. So his masters advised him to pick one style and practice. So he watched Tony Gogo and Gogo Brothers, and when he saw Tony Gogo especially, he was more inspired. He felt the dance is very happy and it's like more connecting. So he wanted to pick that dance and started to dance. And then now he's going to talk about the next thing. Yeah. Okay. Next continue பண்ணு.
திருச்சியில ராக்கி அண்ணாவோட ஒர்க் ஷாப் இருக்கு, லாக்கிங் ஒர்க் ஷாப் அப்படின்னு சொன்னதுக்கு அப்புறம் நான் அப்பதான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைமா லாக்கிங் ஒர்க் ஷாப்பே அட்டன் பண்ணேன், ராக்கி அண்ணாவோட ஒர்க் ஷாப்பு. அப்போ எனக்கு இன்னும் ரொம்ப ஆர்வம் அதிகமாயிடுச்சு. அவங்களோட ஒர்க் ஷாப் அட்டன் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் ஓகே நம்ம ப்ராப்பரா கத்துக்க ஆரம்பிக்க போறோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவங்களே ஃபாலோ பண்ணிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் கண்டினியூஸா அவங்களோட ஒர்க் ஷாப்லாம் எதுவுமே மிஸ் பண்ணாம அட்டன் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன். அதுக்கப்புறம் அதுக்கப்புறம் நிறைய லாக்கிங்ல தெரிஞ்சுக்க ஆரம்பிச்சேன். ராக்கி அண்ணாட்ட இருந்து கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டேன். அதுக்கப்புறம் நல்ல ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சேன். அவங்க நிறைய கைட் பண்ணாங்க ராக்கி அண்ணா. நிறைய திங்ஸ் ராக்கி அண்ணாட்ட இருந்து கத்துட்டேன். அதுக்கப்புறம் பேட்டில்ஸ் எல்லாம் போகும்போது எனக்கு ரொம்ப பயமா இருந்துச்சு. சரி பேட்டில்லாம் ஆட முடியாது, நம்ம லாக்கிங் அவ்வளவுதான், நம்ம இப்படியே கத்துட்டு ஃப்ளோர்லயே அடிக்க வேண்டியதான் அப்படி இப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டேன் பேட்டில் எல்லாம் பார்த்ததுக்கு அப்புறம். அதுக்கப்புறம் நிறைய பேரை பார்க்கும்போது அவங்க எல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் கான்பிடென்ட் கொடுத்தாங்க, ராக்கி அண்ணாவும் கான்பிடென்ட் கொடுத்தாங்க, பேட்டில்லாம் ஆடிடலாம். அது இங்க என்பிடெஸ் ஸ்க்ரூலையும் அவங்களும் சொன்னாங்க லாக்கிங்லாம் ஆடிடலாம், நீ நிறைய கத்துக்க, அதுக்கப்புறம் பேட்டில்லாம் போயிட்டு ஆடு அப்படின்னு. அதுக்கப்புறம் கொஞ்சம் பயத்தெல்லாம் தள்ளிட்டு லாக்கிங் ஆட ஆரம்பிச்சேன். பேட்டில் போய் அதுக்கப்புறம் இந்தியன் பிரீமியர் லாக்கிங் ஐபிஎல் போகணும், ஐபிஎல்ல ஆடணும் அப்படி இப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைமா நான் ஸ்கூபி டூ சார் அவங்க வந்தப்பதான் நான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் ஐபிஎல் பேட்டிலே ஆடுறேன். அப்பதான் லாக்கிங் பேட்டிலே செகண்ட் லாக்கிங் பேட்டில், ஃபர்ஸ்ட் லாக்கிங் பேட்டில் டைம் ஃபார் வைப் ராக்கியை நான் சர்ச் பண்ணது. அதுக்கப்புறம் செகண்ட் லாக்கிங் பேட்டில் ஸ்கூபி டூ சார் அவங்க ஜட்ஜ் பண்ண பேட்டில். அப்போ நான் டாப் 16 செலக்ட் ஆனேன். அப்போ வந்து எனக்கு ஓகே நம்ம அடுத்தடுத்து போக ஆரம்பிச்சிருவோம், நம்ம நல்லா ஒர்க் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் எனக்கு இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் ஆர்வம் ஆயிடுச்சு லாக்கிங்ல. இதை சொல்லிடுறீங்களாண்ணா? ஏன்னா இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் லென்த்.
Okay, so after a while I was in his native like Trichy where he used to learn with his crew. So they organized my workshop and also they've been hosting an event. So I was the judge for locking and also I was teaching locking workshop. So he got more interested with locking after he attended my workshop. Then he traveled to Chennai for IPL and his first like second battle, the first battle is on the same event, and the next battle is IPL, and he got selected in top 16. Scooby Doo was a judge, so he thought like he's gonna make it to the next rounds. And also before that he had like the nervousness regarding the battles, but his team people motivated him to like travel and go learn. So he came to Chennai and he learned a lot with me. And also whenever I go to his city I always train him and he learned from me a lot. So he started to grow slowly. And அவ்வளவுதானே, வேற ஏதாவது மிஸ் பண்ணிட்டேனா தமிழ்?
அவ்வளவுதானா? அவ்வளவுதான்.
Okay, so he's gonna continue.
Scooby Doo as well, right? Did he say about Scooby Doo? I heard Scooby Doo out of all of the other. Did you mention Scooby?
Yes, Scooby Doo is the judge. Like when he went to like when he was here in Chennai for the Indian Premier Locking, he got selected into top 16.
Oh, okay.
So Scooby was the judge. So he was thinking it's a good motivation for him. He was thinking like he's gonna make it further.
Got it. Okay, he can have him.
Continue, Panda. Continue.
ஐபிஎல் போனதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் ஒரு ஐடியாவே வந்துச்சு, லாக்கிங்லாம் எப்படி பண்ணணும், இப்படி கொண்டு போகணும், ஃபவுண்டேஷன்லாம் எப்படி ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு. நிறைய இன்டர்நேஷனல் ஆர்டிஸ்ட்லாம் அவங்கள்ட்ட போயிட்டு கத்துக்கும் போது ராக்கியனா இவங்கள்ட்ட கத்துக்க அப்படின்னு அவங்க சொல்லி இதெல்லாம் பண்ணாங்க. நான் அப்போ எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் தெளிவானுச்சு லாக்கிங்லாம் எப்படி ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணணும், பேட்டிலுக்குலாம் எப்படி ரெடி ஆகணும் அப்படின்னு. ஒர்க் ஷாப் எல்லாம் அட்டன் பண்றதுக்கு கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டம். அதுக்கப்புறம் நான் ஃபோன் பண்ணி கேட்டுருவேன் ராக்கியன்ட்ட, அந்த மாதிரி ஒர்க் ஷாப் நான் வரலன்னா நான் பேட்டில் ஆட்டு போறேன் அப்படின்னா, அப்புறம் அவங்களே நோ ப்ராப்ளம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒர்க் ஷாப்லாம் அட்டன் பண்ண சொல்லுவாங்க. அதுல கொஞ்சம் எனக்கு ஹெல்ப்ஃபுல்லா இருந்துச்சு லாக்கிங் கொஞ்சம் இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்றதுக்கு. அவங்களோட ஒர்க் ஷாப்லாம் எனக்கு யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருந்துச்சு.
Okay, IPL workshops, Indian Premier Locking workshops with different international artists like Scooby Doo, Rubanchi, Tony Gogo, Izaskun, and Tash. He was here for all the IPL events, and learning from them helped him a lot. And also whenever he had money issues, like he says like I helped him when he was not ready to take part in the workshop just because of money. I let him in because I see the passion and I see the fire. I cannot miss such a great locker. I can see that he's going to be one of the best in the game. So like I need to give chances, because as same as when Funky J helped me, when Gemini helped me, when a lot of my teachers, mentors helped me, like Dash, everybody helped me. So they gave me hands, they gave me like even Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo was teaching me a lot of things, and even Tony Gogo. So I was like making chances to learn from them. I want these people to learn, and like everybody needs to learn from the right people, and so that we can keep the dance authentic. So I don't want to stop somebody just because of money. but I cannot help everybody, but I still want to help some of the people who are really passionate.
I would like to say something, Rocky. I would like to say something.
Yes, yes, yes.
Tamil is like my favorite locker in India. Tamil is my
Oh,
favorite locker. The way he dances
thank
locking,
you.
the way he dances locking, like no, like he is my favorite. Like I have to say this, and I also say to Rocky, like
Very good.
about Tamil, like he is my favorite. Like very powerful and very funky, and this
Yes.
inspires
Very
me.
good.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's very good compliment for your brother Locker. That's very good. Brother Locker, that's good. Very good. Oh, is he
Continue. அவன் முடிஞ்சதா வேற ஏதாவது?
இன்னும் இருக்குண்ணா. பேட்டில் பேட்டில் அந்த இது தெரிய ஆரம்பிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் நான் ராகேஷ் அண்ணா, நீங்க, அப்புறம் அங்க சக்தி அண்ணா, நாகி அண்ணா, அந்த விஸ்வா அண்ணா, அவங்க எல்லாம் பேட்டில் ஆடும்போது எனக்கு இன்னும் ஒரு பெரிய ஒரு நம்ம அவங்கள மாதிரி ஆடணும், அவங்க வந்து நீ நல்லா பண்ற அப்படின்னு சொல்ற அளவுக்கு நம்ம கொஞ்சம் ரெடி ஆகணும் அப்படி இப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு நான் அதுக்குன்னு தனியா ஒரு ஒரு இதுவா நான் பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். ஏன்னா எனக்கு அது எப்பவுமே அது மனசுல இருந்துட்டே இருக்கும். ஏன்னா அவங்களுக்காக தான் நம்ம அவங்க இதெல்லாம் சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னு நான் நினைச்சு நிறைய பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ணேன். ஏன்னா அவங்க பேட்டில் ஆடும்போது எனக்கு அவங்க எல்லாம் டக்குன்னு கனெக்ட் ஆயிடுவாங்க எல்லாரும். இந்த பேட்டில்ல சூப்பர் ஹிட், ராக்கி, அந்த எல்லாருமே. அது எனக்கு எப்படி சொல்றதுன்னு தெரியல.
Okay, so he wanted the lockers like Shakti, Supahit, Nagi, Vishwa, Rakesh, like he wanted them to give more compliments, like he's dancing really good. So he wanted to he practiced a lot just to get these credits, like compliments from these lockers. So he wanted to do that, and so he practiced a lot for that, to get some good acknowledgement from these people that you are doing great.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. That's good. Very good.
Yes.
Okay.
அப்புறம் then வேற
அப்புறம் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு இது பண்ணி என்னையும் இன்வைட் பண்ணதுக்கு நான் ரொம்ப தேங்க் பண்ணிக்கிறேன்னா. ஆமா, அவ்வளவுதானா. திரும்ப எல்லாருக்கும் ஒரு பெரிய ஹாய், பெரிய ஹலோ. ஏன்னா நான் எல்லாரையும் பாக்குறது ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம். நான் இதுல இந்தியன் லாக்கர்ஸ் எல்லாரையும்.
Everybody here, and he wanted to thank everyone, and he is like feeling grateful and be honored to be here in this panel.
Good.
And
yeah,
he's happy.
Yeah, thank you. Very good, very good. Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, our pleasure. Okay, we're going to go to Nagi. Can you hear me? Nagi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nagi.
Okay, great. Let's hear your story.
Yes. So, hi everyone. Very glad to meet you all over here. So we have been learning this dance, watching the stories of you guys dancing, and now I'm here sharing my story with you. So it's been really it is a big honor for me to be with OGs like Damita, Scoo B, and Alpha. So very thankful to Rocky for having me here to share my story. So I'll start my story. I started dancing in 2010 when I was in college. So there was a college dance crew inside us. I always wanted to get into the crew, but I was not part of it for 2 years. So they were very good, but they had one minus. They did not have a person who could do flips. So I knew that, and I practiced during the summer, and I trained myself doing flips and learning dance. And I attended their auditions for 2 years. First time I didn't get qualified. So second time I improved myself, and I made sure I got into the team. And after getting into the team, I learned my first locking routine from my senior, Pranesh. So he was a choreographer at that time. That was the first time I'm learning locking. It was a choreography to Michael Jackson song, Working Day and Night. That will always be special to me. That was the first choreo which introduced me to this style. And after that, during my the same year, that was the year when I met Rocky. That was actually that is a very funny story, and I would really love to share it. So there was an event at a university. It was a battle event. We had traveled as a crew to attend the event. Rocky was one of the judges there for the event. We had no idea what a battle is at that time, so we just went in, and we had routines prepared. So we had each routine for each style, and so we knew they would play all style of songs. So we had each routine planned accordingly. So when the song came in, we just went in. We said 5, 6, 7, 8, and we started the routine. So we didn't know what the battle culture was. So a few people were dancing, and we were showing bite signs. We didn't know what this meant, but we were showing it. So we had seen it from other battles, so we thought it would be cool. So finally, in that battle, we lost the battle, and we were very furious with Rocky.
Yeah.
There were 3 people. He was one of the judges, and we felt like other people might have favored us. So we went and fought with him. How did you not give us the first place? So, and he talked to us after that. He explained how a battle should be, how the culture is, and he told us that he's teaching classes in Chennai, which is our hometown. So he told us if you wanted to learn, you can come and approach me. So I'll be ready to teach you guys. So after that, when I had my summer holidays, when I came back to Chennai, I approached, we as a crew, we went, 4 people, we went to him. And for 15 days, he trained us. For 15 days, hip hop, locking, whatever knowledge he had learned. So he shared it with us. That was the first time we had proper foundation techniques learned from him, for which we are very grateful. After that, it was our year to choreograph. So we had done the choreography. And for the first university we competed, Rocky was the judge there. So there we won the first place. And he, on stage, he told us how proud he was that we had learned from him, and how we had incorporated our own style in it. So that was one of the turning point where it pushed us to grow even more. After my college, I came out, and I started learning from him more often. So later on, I met Shakti, who's also with us today. He was also Rocky student. So we got connected, and we used to practice together. So there's also another dancer in Chennai, Anto George. So he's also one of our teachers, so who introduced us to soul dancing and other perspectives. So when we learned those from him, we had a very new perspective of this dance, and we explored a lot. He was actually from Chennai, but he stayed in Malaysia. So he used to come to Chennai only very, very limited time. He used to come here. So whenever he came, we never missed the opportunity to learn from him. And he never used to come into the city. He always stayed 75 kilometers away from the city. So we would travel to his studio. We'll stay there, and night we'll take a class. We'll sleep in the studio. Next day morning we'll wake up and have breakfast, and we take another class there. And then we used to come back. Then we practice together. So at this point, locking was very fun for us. So we thought it looked very cool. That is the only reason we were doing it. I mean me. After I started practicing with Shakti, who's with us, he has been a very big inspiration for us, because he has so much knowledge about this style. He has done so much research. So every time we see him, we used to learn a lot from him. So he used to be a mentor for us. Us in the sense, we were 3 people: me, Shakti, and Vishwa, who's not here, who was supposed to be here, but he's not here today. We 3 are a crew. So we practice together, and he was our mentor, and he was always an inspiration. He was always a level above us. So practicing with him, we always used to push ourselves, seeing how he is, seeing where he is. So that is how we had a real connect there, and we created the crew together called the Locking Gundargal. So because we had Gundargal means fatties in Tamil. We used to have big bellies, so we named our crew Locking Gundargals. So and IPL, the first battle I got in was Funk in India locking battle, when Popping Pete and Yoda Jones had come in. So I didn't know anything about battle, so I just wanted to participate. So I went in, then came in IPL. So for the first 3 editions, I never got into top 16 at all. Fourth edition was Scoo B Doo. That was the first time I made it to top 8. So after making it to top 8, for the fourth edition, I was very excited because that is the first time I'm having an opportunity to learn from the OG locker. So that pushed me a lot. After getting top 8, I was in top 8 for the other editions as well. My biggest turning point was after I started learning more, I wanted to travel. Rockyn had actually traveled to lockdown. 2017, he had traveled. So he had come back and he had told his experience to us. So I've been, we were also following the lockdown event in Singapore. So when the news came out that Hilti Bosch, they are bringing down Hilti Bosch and Gogo Brothers for the next edition. So we really wanted to travel there because Singapore was much closer to us. So we traveled, that was my first international trip. I traveled there. There was an audition for Hilti Bosch and Gogo Brothers showcase. So I got selected with Gogo Brothers team. So I had the chance to practice with them for 1 week, and by the end of the week, I had the opportunity to showcase with them on the lockdown event. So that was one of my biggest turning points in my locking career so far, because being with them, watching them dance, it really gave me so much new perspective, and that was really wonderful to witness. And we also got down battle there. That was Singapore. That event was too big. There was almost 120, 130 lockers there. That was the first time, my first international event, and I did make it to top 32. I don't know how, but that was very fortunate. And
same
we
time
came back.
You missed Funk Misters.
Yes, there was one more jam in Singapore, local jam. Me and Rockyn, we competed together. We got till top 8. So that was also a surprise for me, my part. And this was a huge motivation for me. We came back, and Rockyn had brought Tony Gogo. So in that year, I got to meet the Gogo family, the Gogo brothers and Tony Gogo. Learning from them was really mind-opening for us. We had a lot of questions and all these things, but everything got cleared in that time. And later on, when we had a lot of questions, there was one person who was easily approachable for us. That was Tash, as Shakti had already mentioned. Tash is one person who easily communicates with people, and she's so selfless that she doesn't care. She just loves sharing to people. So I used to hit her up on Instagram whenever I had any questions or anything, and she was always there to respond. Whatever happens, she gives her whatever she wants to share. She's there for us. That was a very good motivation for us. Every day I used to talk to Tash, and I come back to my crew, and we talk. Oh, she told this, she told this. We used to share information. So that was the most of our day. That's how it went. So we got to explore more, and we wanted to do showcase as a crew first time. The three people we got together, we wanted to do showcase. So that is when we got an opportunity at another event in Bangalore. So we did a showcase, and wherever we tried to go, we wanted to attend showcase competitions. But the one big drawback was it had to be minimum 4 people, but we were only 3 people. So that was a big negative point. So we wanted to bring back locking as a showcase style. So what we wanted to do, we conducted our first jam in 2019. Fun is the key. We organized the jam. Fun is the key, and we brought in Yuki Nishi from Japan. So we had a battle and showcase event as well, so that people can showcase locking apart from battle. So that was a different platform, and we wanted to continue doing our jam the next year as well, but because of COVID, we were not able to do it. So, but we are planning to do after all the COVID settles down. And then IPL, in IPL journey, my biggest achievement was I was the runner-up for the last 2 IPL events when Tash was here and Izaskun was here. Especially when Tash was here, that was the best because I've been wanting to meet her for a long time. And when she came here, I was a runner-up. It was the best moment in my career so far, locking as of now. And we are still practicing together and hope. And we had a great plan to travel to LA to meet all OGs. Because of COVID, we were not able to, but we are dying to come there and learn from the OGs and meet you all and experience the culture actually. So that is my story so far.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
Very good. Very good.
Very good.
Yes. Alpha, I want to add something in between.
Sure.
Yeah. So, like when he was talking about his the first battle with the crew in a college competition in 2013, some of the things were like the audience were screaming for them, and the judges, they were like this, and I was like, what's happening? So then I talked to them. It's a battle when they say 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. They were dancing like this, and no, it's not a battle. Then the b-boy realized, oh yes, you're right. And then they say it's all style, they need to do all style, but no, you don't have to do all style. So, and then the people are looking at me really mad because everybody was thinking like this guy is going to win, and the opponent team is just b-boys. So I say, they know how to battle. Like when you say 5, 6, 7, 8, you lost the round, finish. So it was like crazy. And they were not furious to me. They were like more shy to approach me. They were like, sir, can I ask something? And like, I was like, okay, come. So then they asked like, sir, how did we lose? We did this, we did that. So I was giving them so many explanations like for 90 minutes, but they are not happy. They were also not happy because they lost the previous day choreo competition, and they were complaining like, people dance with with a duplicate certificate, like ID cards. Professionals are performing, so it's very hard for us. So people are not genuine. They started to be like this. So then I said like, no, if you train, you're gonna be the professional dancer for sure. The only reason is they're also college students, but they don't belong to particular college. They all mixed up, but they all come together to do it. So if you guys train together, you can do it. And surprisingly, they invited me to judge their competition. The same, like after a month, they wanted me to judge. I was like, what? Usually you don't do it, because when you don't give them the place, they don't invite you. So it was a surprise for me. And still they were not happy by the time they left. I said, did you film the video? Yes. Okay, now you gotta go and check it. So after they check it, they were laughing like crazy. And when I was there for the event, we all sat together. I was showing them, hey, look. I was making fun out of them. So it's a crazy experience. And that's when they wanted to come to Chennai to train under me. So for 2-3 years, I guess, they come to Chennai, and they after their exams are over, they come and train under me, like hip hop, locking, and breaking, and and then they started to win college competitions. I didn't give them first place just because they learned from me, because people might think it's the truth. Because me, if you are my student and if you're going to dance in front of me, you're going to have a hard time. Most of my students know me, and even my face will be like, when my students complain me, why don't you smile? And people say like, we lose the confidence, but you don't care about me. You don't care about me, so just dance. So I was like giving the confidence, because I was not winning battles by the time. I never won battles until I was 30. I won once, like when I was 27, uh, in a 2 versus 2 with MiG 62 in Bangalore. That's my only win, but I wanted to win alone. So till 2017, I didn't win any battles. I was feeling bad to judge, because just because I have knowledge, it doesn't make sense. So I feel it by myself. So then my students were pushing me like, hey, you cannot play like that. I want to tell my people like, hey, look at my teacher, look at him, look at him. So then I started to battle. I started to win back-to-back jams. So then I'm like, okay, I'm happy. So that's it. Like, I don't know, I'm not a battle cat. I don't want to battle, because for me, dance is more like beautiful. I don't want to be like a battle cat, battle. But also, battle is not a joke. It's when you are in a battle, you got a battle. So I have to balance, and also I have to work on the community, not just for myself. I have to work for my crew. I have students from different crew, so I have to work for everybody. So my role is to push others to make it to the next level, because I cannot battle like for another 10-15 years, and I don't have to be a battle guy to show what I got. So for me, I want to learn. My intention is to learn as much as I can, and that's why I travel the learn from different dancers around the world, especially for locking. I have learned from too many people, especially from the originals like Scoo B Doo, Stony Gogo, and Alpha, and I want to pass it on, and I want them to learn from them. That's why I bring them. There is a lot of difference between me teaching what they taught, or from what they learn from them directly. It makes a lot of difference. So that's why I don't want to teach everything that they teach, because I'm not Scooby Doo, I'm not Tony Gogo to teach everything, but I can show them. But my intention is to have different flavors, different generations, to let the people learn and choose what they like.
Very
I'm
good.
not restricted to one thing. I want to bring everybody. You can choose what you want. That's it. And thank you, thank you.
Very good.
I want to add one more thing.
Okay.
Sorry. Actually, all the lockers here, I've met each and every one of them. We have shared a lot of rounds together, but we have never shared the story about how we started dancing or how they started dancing. So this platform is actually, it is very lucky that we got to learn more about each other, and it is really wonderful to share with each and every one of you. And
Good.
thank you so much.
Very good. Very good. Thank you for that.
Very good.
Okay, so we're
Okay,
gonna move
Priya.
on. We're running out of.
Damita, you expected a lady. You can see.
Oh, I see her.
Yeah, we've got one lady. Very good.
You're muted, mute.
Okay,
Unmute.
but what
Hi,
we're
hi,
gonna do
Damita.
after
Very
you
happy to see you.
after you settled in for a little bit, we'll have you on. But we're gonna get to some of the other guys real quick. But welcome. I've seen
Thank
you
you.
dance. I always see you dancing all the time. So
It's a pleasure. Thank
we're gonna
you.
go to Goodfoot. We're gonna hear your story.
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me, everyone?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, so this is actually my first time to interact on a platform like this, that too with the original people themselves. So I'm so nervous to speak in front of you guys, because I always looked up to people like you guys, because this style, particularly locking, is so personal to me. I think I'll get on with my history, because we are actually running out of time. So I actually prepared few pointers. What all should I mention, because I don't want to miss. Okay, so taking back to my history, I started dancing in 2006. When this picture released in India is Doom 2. It's a Bollywood movie. So Hrithik Roshan is the hero in that. So obviously. So I fell for the way he moved and I wanted to just dance like him and perform at my college. So I rehearsed it so many times and I just wanted to dance like him. But unfortunately, I didn't dance because I was very shy guy. I am a shy guy. So I didn't dance. So after that, 2008 is when I moved to the city where I live, which is Hyderabad. I am from the south, that is the south part of India, southern part of India. So 2008, I moved there. And after that, I was still dancing, but I was just finding myself like trying different things and all. And in 2009, when Michael Jackson passed away, I got really emotional because I was a huge fan of Michael Jackson. And when he passed away, I researched about him a lot on like after he passed away is when I understood the value of Michael Jackson. So when he lived, I was not valuing any of his things. So when that happened, I watched every show and every stage performance, and I used to get goosebumps by the way fans are getting at like crazy towards him. So how they are getting fainted. I used to get goosebumps at my home right there sitting in a chair. So I used to feel all those emotions, and I so wished if I got a chance to be in one of his shows. So unfortunately, that was not going to happen. So after that, I impersonated him. I learned the way he was moving. Like I wanted to dance like him. I wanted to learn each and every move, and I wanted to show to my friends. And okay, this is what I learned and everything. So I used to get so much fascinated by Michael Jackson. So after that, it went on like for a couple of years. And in 2011, I again wanted to perform at a college, but this time street dancing hit me. Like first, breaking came into my life. So I saw people spinning on their heads and doing windmills and doing flares and just hopping on their hands. And I always wanted to do that cool stuff on the stage, but I was not knowing that it would be difficult. I thought, okay, I'll just give it 2 or 3 months and I will just learn every move and I'll perform at a college. But after starting, I realized that it is not easy. Those moves are very difficult. So it has a lot to do with physical stamina, and also I am not. So reality hit me. After that, 2012 is when hip hop came into my life actually, because I started going to studios and learn the dance forms, and I got a little bit serious about dancing. So maybe I should invest in this. So I started going to studios and started learning. And in 2013, I joined this crew called Proximity Crew. So I am from that crew. So after coming into the crew, like everything came in. Like I started with house dancing. After that, I got interested in breaking and hip hop and locking. So every style I was just trying out, and I was not knowing which style would fit me. So I would travel to different jams which are happening in the country, and there is this jam called Freeze, which happens at Bangalore. I used to go there, and the first workshop of locking I took was from Storm. So he explained the history about, but till then I was just reading about locking, and locking got me little more curious about I should invest in this style, because this is really suiting my character. So I wanted to dig more. So I just found a lot of information and watched a lot of YouTube clips. And after I attended Storm's workshop is when I realized, okay, this is the story behind this. Okay, so he was explaining how Don Campbell used to, explain about points and all the basic moves, the basic history behind all those moves. So Storm was explaining all that, and I was getting more curious. And I'm happy that I'm getting all those information, and I'm happy that I'm growing. So it was going on, and 2016 is when IPL happened, Indian Premier Locking. So that was a different start for my journey in locking. And Funky J came for the first edition of IPL, and the best part of IPL was like all like I have attended 4 IPLs till now. So the best part in all those IPLs were the workshops, because in workshops I was learning so much that I was not getting that kind of information anywhere on the internet. That's when I understood it is more important that you should actually go and learn from people, not just on the internet, because you won't actually uh, get some valuable information which you get from the people themselves. So it was going on, and in 2016 Funky J came, and after that second edition Gemini came. So I just want to mention this small experience of mine with Gemini, because in a workshop he actually gave a demo. It was not dancing, it was more like storytelling. So it is like I was just watching him like a kid. For a moment I forgot that okay, I am someone, I am a grown up guy. All that identity was gone just by looking at him, because he was just sitting there, and bunch of people were like sitting down. He was just sitting on the chair, and he was just telling a story of a car. I mean, he was just riding a car, and he did that with locking style. So then I understood that so much deep. I mean, this is not just a dance. You can tell stories through dance. That's when it really hit me hard, and I wanted to dig more deep into that style. So I was just wondering when I will be able to do like that. I mean, tell a story as clear as he was telling. So that got me very very curious about this style, because that time it really felt so fantastic that this is a different world altogether. I have to learn this. So in 2017 again, when Bovan and the master himself Scoo B Doo came to India, I was okay. This time it was a different experience again. So all the journey was making sense a little bit. So it was like when Bovan came and he was telling about different concepts in the workshop. I was getting all those ideas. Okay, fine. Okay, I can. So all the dots were getting connected. All the dots were getting connected slowly. And when Scoo B Doo came, it was like a bang. He came, the man himself. He came and he was just explaining the history. It so much felt like I was just right there living with him back then.
Very
So
good.
he was just taking us back, and telling, and like you mentioned before, that Scoo B Doo was the first guy who shadowed Don Campbell. So then I got like, okay, fine, this is why he must be able to just tell the story so clearly, and made so much sense. And I'm very much thankful to Scoo B Doo, and I'm first of all thankful to Rocky. I don't know how to thank him, because my
Very good.
my interest, yeah, my interest and my passion towards this style kept growing, only because I came and learned from people like you, because of Rocky, and I'm very thankful for that. So I don't know. I'm just getting less on words. I don't have words. I just feeling overwhelmed about that fact. So
Very
yeah, and
good.
here one interesting twist happened actually. Till 2017, I realized I was not dancing with my heart. Okay, so like something, it was not coming from inside. It was like I'm battling with my own self, that I am not uh, you know I haven't still discovered my way of moving. I was just moving like whoever taught me. Like if, for suppose, Scoo B Doo has conducted that workshop and he taught me few moves, and after that I went home and I tried them for myself, and I was still not discovering my way of moving. So then I was little bit taking a step back from dancing, because I need to work on myself. I need to calm myself down. So it was not happening, and I took a break after that. So I started partner dancing again. I started to dance salsa, bachata, and I took up all those styles. Then I learned how to socialize with people. Then I learned how to calm myself down. Then I learned how to enjoy more than battle more. So till then it was only like more battle, but never actually danced in my life. Actually, it should be the other way around, because first you should dance and then you should learn how to battle. But in my life, it was the reverse. Like first I did all those battles and messed up my whole body, and I injured my knees, and I lost a lot of weight and everything. So much emotional breakdown has happened. All those things happened, and finally then I learned how to dance, and now I am like finding my own way of moving, and now I am enjoying more, and I'm happy with the way I move. And now I really feel that it's all making so much sense, and I feel so much grateful that locking is there in my life, because it suits my character so much that I have a different universe inside me, which just dances by itself. So locking is a different universe. I felt really bad when Don Campbell Lock passed away.
Oh,
So
yeah.
rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Great.
So
Jesus.
I think, yeah, that is my journey. And I don't know if I missed anything, but yeah, this is my journey.
That was
I'm very grateful for whatever I.
No, that was very good. And
Good.
yeah, that was very, very good, because you actually seemed like you came from one place to another place, but now you're dancing from your heart, from your soul. And that's what
Yeah,
locking is all
Yeah,
about.
I agree.
I always say
Yeah.
that it's three things that, within locking and any street dance, you got to have that funk, rhythm, and soul.
Yeah.
Right.
And that
Yes, yes,
soul
yes.
is
Stay
that deep
hard.
down.
Yeah.
So if you got those three things in you, and you have rhythm, and you have that,
Oh, that hard.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's really important. And it sounds like you
Yeah.
found it. That's very good.
Yeah, I think I just found it, and it is just the beginning, because all these years I was just struggling to fight with my soul, and now I think I'm like just one with the music, and I'm just enjoying. Now
Good.
I really feel like sharing it to other people, like in the previous video, like how Superhit has shared that you should not stop yourself from sharing with other people.
Right.
I really feel that moment has come for me, where I understood myself, so that I feel there is nothing to lose if I share everything which I have.
That's right.
And my last thing before I go to the next person is that,
Yeah.
like Don, Don would say this all the time, is to learn the fundamentals of locking and be
Yeah.
yourself,
And then be yourself.
and do him. So as
Yes.
long as you learn those fundamentals of locking and stuff, and once you start doing you, that's when you have like found yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Because if you keep just learning, doing everything that your teacher taught you, you're going to become a great dancer, but you won't stand out, because everybody
Yeah.
was doing pretty much the same thing. But once you start being yourself and creating your own self, that's when you get noticed, and that's when you start feeling good about yourself, win or lose. So I just wanted to
Yeah.
say that. And but now we're gonna go. Thank you very much. That was kind of
Thank
like that was there. Very
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you very much, Rocky.
Very good.
I'm going to go to Rockstar right now. He's been patiently waiting, like 2 or 3 more people, and I appreciate that. You guys, don't leave us. I'm coming to you. No matter if it go over 2 hours, we're going to stay until you guys are heard. If you want to be heard, I'll come.
Hello, hello,
Tell us your story.
hello.
Hello.
Yeah. So my journey was like, first of all, thank you for, Rocky Anna,
that you give me the chance to be here, and it's a pleasure to be here and in front of my own teacher. Like he taught me from Supahit Hitesh Bhai. He gave me this journey so that I could share with you all. So I would like to thank Hitesh Bhai for that.
Good.
So talking about my journey, I was a Bollywood dancer back then in my school life, like schooling, college, and I used to do choreographies, Bollywood choreographies. So uh, this locking style came to me like I saw Hitesh Bhai was taking a workshop, locking workshop now, and I wasn't aware of any style, any street style like locking, cramping. So this famous crew, which I am also a part of now, took a workshop, a camp where each individual were taking their own particular styles, teaching their own particular styles, and locking was one of the styles they were teaching, like Hitesh Bhai was teaching. So I enrolled myself in that workshop, and the first minute I entered Hitesh Bhai class, it was like a vibe. The way he danced, the way he taught every foundation, every vocabulary, and I was in love with that style at that point. So I made it in my mind that if I do something in dance, I'll do locking. So I'm really thankful for Hitesh Bhai for taking it so beautifully and letting every information getting cleared by mind. So that's how my first class of locking was. And later Hitesh Bhai, I think it's the teacher who gets you to a point. Like if that class wasn't that good, I would have chosen some other style, or I would have chosen some other street dance, or I would have basically uh, stopped dancing. So I would thank Hitesh Bhai, and so that's how my locking journey started. And after that, I was traveling a lot in Chennai, in Bangalore, Delhi. uh, Before this traveling thing, there were very less battle happening in Mumbai. Locking battles, not all styles, but locking battle were very less. So I switched my style to, I was doing locking, but then there were very less battle happening. So I was changing my styles often, and it didn't feel that way, which I feel now about locking. I used to run behind music. I used to listen every music, hip hop, whacking, every crump music, and I used to try my locking and incorporate my locking with every styles without learning proper locking foundation, without learning proper any foundations. So at I took my first locking workshop internationally was Scoo B Doo sir's workshop, and then it was after that it gave me a idea about locking, what locking is, how locking should be done. You should properly train foundation. Obviously Hitesh Bhai used to tell me such things, but I usually skipped every foundations, every vocabulary that it needs to be practiced. So that's how mm, I started training locking. And afterwards I traveled Chennai more than 2-3 times. I took workshop of Rubenchi. Tash ma'am came just last year, and she was very impressed by me doing locking. That was the best year for me in locking. So that how it was. And just I would like to share about my travel experiences. So I used to travel by train. So it was very you know 2-3 days of trains and traveling alone or with a friend of mine. It was a very great experience for me, obviously, because it helped me a lot as a person than as a dancer. Because traveling alone independently, it helps you, like, to you have to arrange your stays for days. You have to uh, arrange your food, you have to arrange your everything. So it helped me as a person more than a dancer, and obviously it helped me in dancing too. So yeah, I hope I did best, and this was my journey, and I'll keep it short and sweet so that you don't get bored.
Thank you so much. You had a great teacher, that's for sure.
Mhm.
Very good.
And also thank you, Rocky, and for all your support, and you always supported me in everything I do. So also, just like Naren said, he supported me in the first workshop that I was short of money sometimes, and he told me that you come, you invest everything, and then you can later pay me. So yeah, thank you, Rockyn,
My
for
pleasure. My
supporting.
pleasure.
Very
If
good. Very good.
else, the country would have missed a locker, a great locker.
Thank you so much.
I want that to
Okay.
happen. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna thank you again for that, and we're gonna move to Panda,
Panda.
Panda.
Panda,
Hi,
panda, panda,
am
panda.
I audible?
Panda.
Am I audible? Hello?
We hear you.
We hear you.
Yeah, okay. So, hi, my name is Panda and my real name is Jatin. So, thank you so much,
Then you can be a
Rocky
little bit
Anna,
louder,
for.
little bit low.
Okay.
Little.
Now it's fine?
Perfect.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Thank you so much, Rocky Anna, for like inviting me in the panel. Thank you so much. Like, it's been an honor, definitely. And thank you so much, sir. Like, you are organizing this is like an amazing thing because we don't get an opportunity to talk to like OGs and such a good dancers. So it's so good. So talking about my journey, I started dancing with Bollywood. I used to be a Bollywood dancer, but later on I switched to breakin. Breakin, why? Because there were so many viewers in Mumbai, and in every locality, in every area, we used to just get b-boys. That's it. So like watching them, learning from them, and I started breaking for quite a few years. Then later on, I joined a crew called Dynamic Dance Crew. So my first teacher was Swapnil Patil. So he was the one who taught me each and every style because we were the choreographer. Like we used to do choreographies more. So he used to teach fundamentals and foundations of all the different styles. So I learned locking, I learned popping, I learned breaking more. I learned every style. Even I learned crump, whacking, the everything. So, but I never thought of learning locking like specifically, but later on, like after doing many styles, I liked doing locking too much. And there was that time, like we didn't have much information about the styles because like we didn't had like somebody to talk to. So that time Superhit came to my studio and he taught me fundamentals, and that was the first class and first thing where I started like I was like, if I want to do logging now, like that was the class where he inspired me so much, and I started locking too much. And later on, I learned locking. I gained information. I gained many things. Then later on, so basically, I we didn't had any studio that time, so we used to practice at Khadi. There was a place called Khadi, so it is a garden. So it's yeah, Rocky Anna came once. So that place is like people. We have skateboarders, we have dancers, we have BMX riders, we have everybody practicing at one place. So it's kind of a place. So there were many hip hop dancers there and many
Hardyhood.
experimental dancers. Cardio, yeah. so so later on, I used to practice with many hip hop dancer and experimental dancers. So I used to learn from them too much, and my perspective, my approach to locking was little bit changed, and I switched. So I used to do locking, but I used to learn many conceptual things. I used to learn many different experimental things. So I used to experiment many things with locking. So my style was very different from that time because I used to practice with more hip hop dancers and experimental dances. So that time I used to get very negative approach, like negative comments for my locking, like you don't do locking, this is not locked, you should do it like this is perfect. This is not. So I overcome it. I practiced. I learned more, and later on, I do locking, but my approach is a bit different from many lockers. So people don't like me much sometimes, but people love me too because I'm different, which is
Justin, you can
important.
keep your mic closer, mic.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So I from so my first so there was a teacher called Fenety. She came to India, and she came to Mumbai, and that was one of my great experience with her. She taught me so much. She taught me about the party dancing, and she she gave me everything she knew, and she told me everything. She gave her every information. That was my best experience, I can say, because we have spent a whole day and were just talking about locking. That's it. And first workshop which I liked amazingly was Gemini's workshop in IPL. So it was so amazing. That time I came to know about locking. That time I came to know about locking perfectly, like what is it and how it is done. That was my one of my amazing workshop. That was my first international workshop which I attended. I can like locking workshop. Before I used to do many different styles workshops. So I did my first international workshop in popping with Popping Pete in Funkin. So there is like I met Rocky for the first time, and that was like one of the best battle I can say. So I got down for locking there, and then I started traveling for IPL, and IPL has
And we
been
also danced a screw. You remember? UBD first battle crew.
yes, yes. I got down with UBD, Rocky and Nas crew. It was so amazing. Yeah. So for crew on crew. So yeah, and talking about IPL I think is the one of the best event for lockers. Everybody should travel because we have so many good teachers. I came for Scoo B Doo sir's class, and it was amazing. I can like IPL has been doing great from the start, from the first edition to till now. It is amazing because we have good teachers. We know we got to learn so much. That is very important for everybody. And yeah,
Yeah.
so yes, thanking Rocky Anna so much because he have helped everybody, and every time he used to help us for everything. If you have financial problem, is there. If you have any problem, is there. If you want to travel, but any problem, I'll do it for you. Like
That's
it's
why
like
people are not paying me
so.
properly for outside for more than 2
Great.
years.
Thank
I'll
you.
not pay.
Yes.
Thank you
But
so
it's
much.
okay.
Yes. So yeah, that was it.
All right. Okay, now we're gonna move to, we're gonna do Lockesh. He said about time.
Yes, to be frank, I was
First one
waiting for my
on the panel, before everyone. He was the first person on the panel
I
early.
know.
I've been waiting for 2 hours. Come on.
He's a professor. He's a real professor.
Okay, it's your turn. Come on, let's hear it.
Yeah. So first of all, I would like to thank everyone here because it's been a long time to have a forum such as this where we can all meet. So I would like to say hi to all my brothers, Bailog,
Hello,
and
hello, hello.
Hello, Dharmesh sir. Hello, Dharmesh sir.
so yeah, hello friends. So it's been nice to see you all after a long time. And thankfully, I would like to thank Rocky for giving this opportunity to meet at least virtually Alpha sir and even Damita ma'am. And Scooby, how are you?
I'm doing fine.
Is chicken still your favorite food?
Huh?
Is chicken still your favorite food?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes,
You
yes,
eat a lot of chicken.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I was listening to others, those who have spoken previously, and Jatin mentioned that whenever, or at least in his journey, when he danced,
some people didn't like it. That's when you cross a stage. You do not have to dance because someone didn't like. You dance just for yourself. You dance because you like it. So I hope you might have observed it, or you might have come across that part now and you are okay with it. So yeah,
Yeah,
don't feel bad, Chetan.
yeah.
And to Superhit, so you were telling that the locking workshop time used to get extended. It's not because Scooby was very generous. It's because you guys came late, and that's why the workshop time always get extended. I'm just joking. And yeah, big ups to Alpha Sir for conducting such a forum, like giving us a platform where we can interact and where we can get to know about each other's. So I will make it quick. My dance journey started in the year 2015. It was recently, and before that, I used to dance my local dance, the local Indian dance, and the southern part of India's folk dance. Apart from that, I was not into street styles. So I met Rocky at my college cultural event. So he was a judge there. So I approached him and asked him, I need to dance like those people on stage. What should I do? And he was very generous and he asked me, even I am taking a class on weekends. So you can approach me and you can consider my class. So if you feel okay with it, join to my classes and you can continue working under me. So that's how I met Rocky and that's how I joined his classes. So my first battle was in 2016 IPL, the first edition of IPL. Funky J was the judge, and
Yeah.
Rocky told me, "Would you like to participate in this?" At that point of time, I didn't know what a locking battle meant. I didn't know what a battle meant. I just straight away went and I registered my name and I came back and I asked him. I always call Rocky as my master, so I called him, Master, what should I do now? And then he was like, okay, just stick to your basics, the up, do the lock, do the pistols, but stay to the music. And I was just listening to him and I was like, yes, yes, yes. And then I went and then I performed and then I came back. That was the only battle where I wasn't nervous because I didn't know what a battle was. After that, for each editions of IPL, I was like pretty nervous because once you fully understand what a battle means, you get to feel that nervousness because you have to prepare, you have to face your difficult opponents and everyone else. So IPL 1 was my only edition where I didn't know what a battle meant and I straight away went in. So that's it. And till now, 7 editions have been there in IPL and I have participated in 5. The last 2 editions I couldn't participate because of my studies. And out of those 5 editions, I think I have made it as a runner-up once when Tony Gogo came. And in one of the Scooby's edition, I was semi-finalist along with Shakti. And in the other edition where Chi came and Chi judged, Ruben Chi, I was semi-finalist with Supahit. So yeah, so this is my short journey, and nowadays I do not get much time to train under like various dances or even under Rocky. So mostly it's on the weekends because of the work and the time that I do not get to meet him. But still, apart from Rocky being my teacher, if I am what I am now, and if I am talking to all the different people out here, it's only because of Rocky. So initially, I used to ask him a lot of doubts. Initially, I used to ask all the mm, teachers who come down to India to teach us a lot of doubts. But in the edition of Wovan just gave me one advice. So he told me, do not always ask doubts, just dance and it will automatically take your level to whatever you want to go. So after that I felt that okay, I should shut my mouth now and I should concentrate on my dancing more. So yeah, so that's when I totally paid up my mind. I stopped asking like a lot of like small doubts that we might have, and I stuck mostly with my dancing part. So nowadays I'm enjoying to dance. I'm trying to understand the process. Still we never reach the end. We always learn, we keep learning. And yes, I would like to continue this journey till how much ever time that I could get. Yes, that's my introduction. Thank you. And once again,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Dharmesh sir.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good. So now we're gonna
And
thank you for that, and
yeah,
we're gonna bring in a lady. I know she's probably in the wing waiting, but Priya, right?
yes.
Yes.
Priya, are you there?
Yes.
I, Hi
Hi.
there. How you doing?
Damita is excited.
Oh, hi, Alpha. I'm sorry. I'm on and
No,
off. Like I'm in the middle of another work. I'm sorry.
oh no, it's okay. I figured you were doing something, so I figured you were probably listening, but we didn't see you. But you know what it's all about, so you can just tell your story. Of your
Sure.
dance career, because I know you do more than just lock, but you can talk to us. Tell us about you.
Sure. So first of all, hi, Alpha. Hi, Damita. Hi, Scooby. Scooby, I
Hello.
miss you. I
I
miss you.
miss you.
Hi, all my Indian locker friends. I'm really happy to, I'm so privileged and honored to be a part of this panel, first of all. And, more than that, I feel very grateful at this moment, to few things. The first one is dance itself. I've been dancing since my childhood. I started with the classical style of Tamil Nadu, Bharatanatyam. And I was not able to pursue due to some reasons. It was during my school days, and then I switched to several other styles like, the freestyle choreographies, the folk, and all the local styles of India. Like I used to explore different styles, and then came locking into my life in 2014. So in 2014 when I met Rocky, yeah, locking came into my life. Initially, like I liked house and house dance more because I used to like house dancing beats more than any other style, more than any other beat. And locking became my favorite after I saw Rocky Lock. um, it was so beautiful. I mean, he had so much knowledge, and like I invested much time, more of my time into locking, and he used to have a lot of private sessions. He used to give me a lot of knowledge. We used to practice a lot together. So that's how locking came into my
He
life,
hated it.
and even
He
now,
hated it, to be
yeah,
honest.
yeah,
He hated it. He
yeah.
wanted to dance house. He was complaining that, oh no, I'm not getting like I'm not dancing like you. I'm not doing good like you. So
Because
you are
it
doing.
takes time. I was not good in my form initially, and then over time, over practice, I think I was doing my wrist roll here initially, and then it looked very bad. Now even he blackmails me with that video, and then he says, "I'm going to release this video of yours." Yeah. So yeah, and then that's I'm really grateful to locking style because it's so beautiful that it gave me a lot of appreciations, and it gave me an identity, in India as a lady locker. It's huge for me, because they say like it's so fine when you lock. I'm really grateful to the locking style itself. Even now when they play any Tamil song, I by naturally I do the wrist roll, and then I lock. When the music is funky, I go with all locking only. That comes to my in my body naturally. The very first thing that comes in my body is locking. Now whenever I hear any Tamil music also.
Oh, that's
So
good.
yes, and and the third one, I think the man behind Rocky. I think the effort and the hard work that he has put all these years to build the locking community in India, it's really huge. Whatever he has done, I think it's really beautiful in spite of all the negativity that was going around him. I'm happy that he ignored all of that and he was still doing what he wanted to do for the community. And, people get attracted towards the negativity so easily than the positive things in a person. But I think we all stood by him, and he was strong enough to handle everything, but he keeps doing whatever he was doing all these years. So, yeah, so all credits to you, Rocky. Um, and he personally he used to push me a lot before. Like I'm not a battle person, honestly. To be very honest, I'm not a battle person. I'm not a competitor kind. I always dance to feel good, to be happy, and I'll be like I like myself while I'm dancing. So when I ask myself, I always feel okay, you dance and then you be happy. That's what I think about myself. So he'll be like, no, Pri. I always tell him, like, when there is a battle coming up, I always tell him, no, I think Rocky, I may not be able to make it for this event. And then he says, no, Pri, you're making it. Okay. And then I'll be like so nervous, so tensed. I don't know what I'm going to do. And then after the battle is over, I'll be like really happy. Before the event, I used to think, oh my God, why I met this guy even. And after the battle is over, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so lucky to have met you. And this always switches, before and after the battle. Yeah. So all credits to him. He never lets me escape any battle events.
I think she's the first one to represent the ladies in locking in 2017 January. So around 40, there were 47 participants. She's the only lady.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
she's so nervous, and she made it. She made it to top 8 every time, I
Yeah.
guess.
Oh my gosh.
And when Tony Gogo was here, she was in the semi-finals. But that
Rods, I'm
battle, she
coming
doesn't
there.
want to battle. She didn't want to battle. She didn't want to get down in front of Tony Gogo. I said, you know how to dance locking? Yes, then go. Change your dress, because she has to perform also.
Yeah,
So
I was doing a Bharatanatyam performance, an opening performance in that event. And then I quickly went and changed, came back in locker costume, and then I had to battle all the lockers. I was like blank. I don't know what to do. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to put all the locking moves and then I'm going to explore. I'm going to think that it's a cipher session and I'm going to explore. That's what I had in my mind during that time. So it was 2014 when I started my locking. Like in 2017 was my first battle before Owen. Um, yeah, like Rocky said, I was so nervous. They were all guys, and all I had in mind was all the girls are watching from the audience, and I thought I should not quit. I should not run off from the stage because I was so scared. That was my very first battle, and I had all the guys on the stage, and I'm basically, not a competitor kind. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna perform, I'm gonna dance. Who's gonna stop me? Even if I do bad, I'm gonna do it. That's what I had in my mind, and
Very good.
That's right. Who cares?
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I was surprised to know that I was in top 8. And Woven, after the event was over, I even acquired 5th position in the top 8. So I was happy after the event. And Owen told me, like, you are the only person who danced on beat throughout. And I was like flying. Oh my goodness, I'm going to do this shit ever. It's so nervous, but it's okay. I'm going to do it. And yeah, that was the very first battle experience I had. And then the Tony Gogo event, like I went to semi-finals. I was in top 4. um, like I had to battle Floor in semi-finals, and Floor took the title in that event. Yeah, and it was so I was so happy to have danced before Tony Gogo. Like, it's a dream come moment for every locker, for sure. And then Tash, like when Tash came, we had a separate category for all girls. Like we had all girls category, and even I was happy that I won the category. Yeah, so we even performed as a crew. Like we are a crew. I have a crew here. We are a crew called as Lockwins. It's an all-girls locking crew. I think that should be the first all-girls locking crew in India. I'm not sure. Uh, yeah, so we practiced really hard before the event, and we pulled it off really good, I guess. Tash was really happy and surprised to have seen us, and she told, like, it's a very classy and a beautiful performance. You girls were really beautiful, and it's a neat classy choreography. She told that, and we were so happy. Yeah, so what else? Yeah, and finally, I'm really grateful to all the OGs. I think that's the most important stuff, because easily lockers here were different before the OGs gave their knowledge to us, and after we acquired the exposure. Like clearly, there's a huge difference. So we are forever grateful to all the original lockers who gave us the real knowledge, and we are still looking forward to learn from many of the lockers who we have not seen yet. And we had plans even to come for Lockers Not a Joke this year, so we can learn a lot of new things, to have an interaction with them, to know about the locking history. I think that's equally important. But then this pandemic situation, I don't think it's happening this year. So I'm looking forward to meet all of you, Alpha, Damita, and like I'm really looking forward to meet you all and learn from you in person.
Great.
All
Yeah.
right.
And it will happen.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I know you probably have to run.
I would like to add one more point.
But we're gonna I'm gonna talk to Rocky a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
He's talked some, so we have maybe about another 15 minutes or so. So and then I want Scooby and Damita to talk and then have you guys ask them questions, okay? So
Alpha.
I think, yeah,
Alpha,
yes.
did you say that Prince Rocky's girlfriend is leaving? You said she's leaving?
No, I was saying I didn't know if because she's real busy, so I didn't know if she was still, if she had something that she had to do, and if she did, I was letting her know that we appreciate that she came on and stayed as long as she could. And if
I hope she can stay longer because I wanted to say something to her, especially to her about
okay,
something.
yeah, well, then do you have more time, Priya?
No, that's it, Alpha. Like I just wanted to add one more point
Priya,
that
அதில்ல, இல்ல. நான் இப்ப இன்னும் இங்க
சொல்லுங்க
தானே
ராகா.
இருக்க போறேன்னு கேட்கிறேன்.
இல்ல நான் இப்ப போகணும் ராகா. நோ
Oh,
நோ
okay,
நோ
okay.
நான் இப்ப போகணும்.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Go ahead, Priya.
So the main thing that I focus on is to pass it on to all the female dancers in India. So that's the main thing, because girls, it's a common impression. Most of the girls think here that locking is a powerful dance, and guys lock and girls should whack. More of girls here in India, they whack. They always think locking guys, it's a guys thing. So I always tell them, no, you don't have to. You can put as much as power as you could, and then you add yourself to it. Yourself, your originality to it, and then you can still dance to it. That's what I tell them. So you can add your own elements to it. So that's the main thing what I'm doing, because I'm not able to put much of my time in the recent days to dancing. So that's the main focus that I have in mind. I'm looking forward for the OG female lockers to come to India, more of female lockers to come to India, so we can be an inspiration. You can be an inspiration to the female dancers out in India, out in our country. Thank you. That's it. Yeah.
Are you going to stick around for a little bit, or do you have to?
And Scooby wants to say something to Priya, like because she's leaving. Scooby, you wanted to talk
Scooby,
to
go
Priya?
ahead and say it so that she can leave.
She has to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, she has to go.
Yeah, Scooby.
Oh, okay. Well, no, what I wanted to say was, because I'm listening to her talk, and I'm listening to, well, a lot of you talk, and but she said the word though. She said inspired. So like bringing like Damita and Tosh to inspire, especially women. I'm not saying that me and Rocky and Tony Gogo and Alpha doesn't inspire you, but bringing Damita would be very, very, very important, because you want to be inspired, and Damita can show you what we couldn't do. Because I'm telling you, me, Don Campbell, and all of us, we were really hard, but Damita would smile. I mean, if you looked at Damita, every time we said something bad, she was still smiling.
I know.
She always had a smile on her face. So we always thought everything is okay. So, so it doesn't matter if you win the contest or the battle. It doesn't matter. Damita would tell you that. In fact, she never even got in one. That doesn't matter. The part that's most important from Damita, that she was just there. As long as you come, as long as you get in, just see who I am. That's the most important thing. As long as she was there.
Yes, stands for yourself. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and thank you for sticking around. And hopefully, if you guys, any of you guys, ever come to US, please look me up. Please, look me up, and I'll show you around. I'm in like the Los Angeles area, so I always tell the people that I talk to, and a lot of them know when they come to town, they can count on me. So.
I just wanted to tell Prima too that definitely women go ahead and be feminine. It's okay to be feminine, to go ahead, because men, they're hard, they're strong, they're cool and everything, but we are sexy.
True that.
And whatever the movement is, then we got the foundation. Now we bring our femininity, connected, and also enhance the fellas.
Right.
So two things.
Right.
You always enhance. You always be to build them up, and then they build you up. So it's so cool.
True that.
Okay, well, great. Go ahead and do what you have to do, and thank you. And hopefully, I get a chance to meet you and the rest of the dancers. In the near future. But I still need to talk to Rocky and have Scooby say his last words, and Damita, and you're free to go. And I'm sorry we kept you so long.
Thank you so much, Alpha. I would love to meet you. Thank you so much, Scooby, Damita, all my Indian friends. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Right. And thank you, you guys. Please hang in there for just a little bit longer. I really appreciate you guys being there. And so Rocky, go ahead and say your words, and looking forward to it. And thank you for putting this together for me. I appreciate it.
Yes, for sure, bro. Thank you. So you want me to talk about my journey, really?
Yeah, talk about your history, because the audience and some of the dancers probably don't know how you got your start. A lot of them say you helped them, but who helped you?
Yes, for sure. I'll be grateful to say all that. So first one, like I said, I started dancing in 2005-6, but to be in professional competitions like choreo competitions, it was 2006 for my college, for a TV show. And that's how my journey started as a professional dancer, where I started to love dance more. I'm a software engineer. So I graduated in 2008. So I'm a little bit old. So after that, I started.
Rocky, I'm sorry. You mean to tell me you are a dancer and you have a real job? No,
I had.
No, just kidding. Just kidding. I had a real job too, so I'm just kidding.
I had a job. I had a job till 2011 beginning. From 2009 to 2011, I was working as a technical consultant in an MNC. Then I had to switch my company to more software, completely software. But at the same time, I had to decide, you have to choose one, because I was also teaching at Hips and Toes for almost a year by working. So I hardly sleep for 3 hours or 4 hours, because I need to train also, because I never know that I'm going to be a dance teacher. I never knew. So I had to take one because I love dance. So I started to love teaching.
Yeah.
So then I had to quit my job, because I had options. I can choose this and this. Okay, so I have to, people suggested me, a lot of my friends, college people, my family, people were like, okay, you have to pick up a job, which is your safety, because we prefer your safety. And then you can keep dance aside. So I see okay, no, that's not my heart. That's not what my heart says. So I want to do the dance. So I had to quit. So I had to start my work with zero money. I was earning almost $300 by the time in 2009, 10, 11, something like that. Then I had to go back to zero, because me and my first teacher, my guru, my mentor is Ram from Hips and Toes. We are best friends. So wanted to help him out in his dance class. Then later he started to, give it to me, like, you take care of this. So I quit my job, I started to teach. So when I was about to teach the class, I was not able to, like, teach anything other than breaking, because I started breaking in 2008. I started to learn by myself, watching videos. And also I used to steal the scraps from Orkut. I used to watch what the b-boys are doing. So I steal scraps because to download the videos and tutorials. And then I started to learn dancing. So my first style is breaking, b-boying. I started to teach that, but other than that I cannot teach anything else other than some Indian dance. So when I became a teacher, I wanted to train myself, learn before I go out and teach. So every day I go to job, then I go home, I do some learning. I still learn every day. I cannot sleep if I don't learn anything online, at least online, because I still learn every day, buying some classes, doing something, because I feel like I'm running out of time because I have to do a lot of things. I have my students, some are interested in house, some are interested in hip hop, some are interested in light feeds. Like, there are many styles they wanted to learn. So I have to learn some of the foundations, basics, train myself, and I pass it on to them, and then I show them the way. Okay, you take care of this, now I go here. So that's how I quit breaking, because I handed it over to my other student. And then I started to let them train. I helped them to learn from Prince, Ken Swift, and many people when they come to, like, Crazy Legs from Rocksteady. I let them take classes from other people. So my motto is to learn as much as I can, because when I wanted to learn something, when I wanted to learn locking or popping or whatever I wanted to learn, I didn't have teachers. So I was feeling really bad that I had to wait. Like, I hardly find there was only b-boying workshops which are happening, but I was there to learn from everybody and try to implement in whatever the dance styles that I was doing. So I was really wanted to have a teacher who can show me whatever I want. So I didn't have that one. So I wanted to become the one to give it to the people who wanted this. So that's why not only locking, people know me for locking. I'm forever grateful to locking. And but I have to say hip hop and street dance helped me a lot, pushed me a lot to understand the people, the culture, a lot of things, and it grew me up. So I want this beautiful community as well as the art. For me, it's first art, and then you bring the community, because I love the dance. Therefore, I started to love the people, and the people around me inspired me. So I wanted people to be together. That's why I named this as United by Dance. As community, it's still as a community. There are people from other cities who still represent, and I wanted to the people to be together. So in 2012, I met my first teacher, Lyra, from Jukebox Studios, UK. She's my first teacher. She was here for the Hip Hop International in 2012, and I was with her to train for a week. So I was the only one. There are many people who do locking, but I was the only one who kept on asking questions. What is this? What is that? How to do this? How to do that? So she is a student of Greg. So most of my teachers are Greg student. So it was more easy for me to understand the dance much clear. So after that, I bring Funky J in 2016. So Funky J, forever grateful with all the help she have done for me, because people tell me like, okay, Rocky, you do this, you are helping people. Yes, because I had people like Funky J to help me out. Because when she invited me to Lockesh Not a Joke, I was not even having a passport. So she said like, hey, you know the lineup? You have Scoo B Doo, you have Gemini, you have Junior Almeida, you have Tash. By the time I didn't know about Tash, then I called Gemini, bro, and then I talked to her. I said like, she's a OG, but like in her country, but she doesn't look like an OG. Like she was looking like only 30 or something. I was like, what? Okay, then he said like, she's the first lady from Canada to push locking on another level. Many great lockers are students. You have to meet. So then I was like, okay, the first thing is Scooby. First thing is for sure it's Scooby Doo. And Gemini, I bring him before before I go to Lockesh Not a Joke. The second edition is in June. So Gemini came here. So they also told me about Junior Almeida. Like the OG of France. Like most of the lockers in Europe, like especially in France, are his students, and he's legendary. So I watched his trailer. I was like, who? Like, so I was like, I wanted to go somehow. I didn't have money. I didn't have passport. I didn't know what to do. It's only Funky J said like, oh, you just come. I'll take care of you. And she was like, she invited me to be there, and I was staying with her, and she was taking care of me, babysitting with me, taking me to Just the Boo and other classes. I wanted to learn jazz rock. I wanted to thank Christian Tron, my jazz rock teacher, since 2017, but I met him in 2016. So I had to. She was pushing me like, hey, if you want to learn jazz rock, you have to go to this club. I was like, no, and it started around 12. So it's France. I don't know French. It's Paris, so it's very hard. It's not as easy as people think. So I went there just to meet. Right after having a 6 hours house class with Lee, and then I had class with Junior Almeida in the place called Locking Temple. His studio, he used to teach before. It's called the Locking Temple. I was so excited. Funky G bring me there. Then she pushed me to do that. I was like tired. But then IC Law called me, hey bro, I'm going there. Do you want to come? So I went there. I was like all night, and it was a crazy experience. When I want to go back to my place, the guy who's the Uber driver, he doesn't understand English, and I don't know French. So it was very hard for me. I was scared because Paris is crazy. So, but luckily I had someone passing by who can speak French and English, so they helped me. And after I reach, when I get into the door, he said like, sorry, my English is bad. So I was like, what? You should have at least spoke 1 or 2 words. They didn't say. So uh, so I have to say like Funky J, like really, really like babysitting all the time. So she always wants me to go out and visit the places. Hey, you're in Paris, you do not go out, you're sitting in home playing Candy Crush. I said like, that's not the purpose I come here. That's not the purpose. So I want to learn. So the last day she asked me, what do you want to do with the last day of Paris? Can you teach me something? So every time it's the same, because traveling from India to Europe is really, really hard. It's very, very expensive. But if I didn't have people like Julia, I always say she's number one for this. And then of course it's Gemini, who never, never got tired of helping people, letting the people know what it is. He's the one to let me know about TAS, and he's the one to talk more about the OGs, like who did this, who did that. So he's the one to, make me invite Tony Gogo, because I already invited Gemini, but Tony Gogo wanted to come in. So he said like, Tony Gogo is number one. You have to bring them first. Like I can come later. I can come anytime. So something that inspired me a lot is because I already invited someone to be a part of IPL, but then he backed himself saying you have to bring Tony Gogo, not me. So that's something which created more respect for him. And always like Locking for Life people, Locking for Life family, Izaskun, Woban, and many people who always, help me to grow, like push positivity. And they always say you don't have to jump here and there. You can just focus, do what you want to do, and that's why you are here. So you gotta go. And that always helped me. And I want to thank my brother Ruben Chi from Ghetto Funk. He's another man who helped me a lot. So basically people who know me in person, they start to get more close with me. And whenever I say about India, they were like, okay, so let's go. So when Scooby Doo, when I asked him, he's like, let's go, I'm coming. And when I asked Johnny, yes. And then it's the same, like I should say like, this is something that Locking gave me a lot. I get to know everybody only because of Locking. Almost everybody I know.
Yes, Rocky.
Only yes. So
yeah, I just want to add this.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, I just want to add this. I don't want to stop you in between, but yeah, sorry for stopping you. When I remember when I came for your IPL, the first time Julia Funky came, you came to pick me up at the station at around 4 o'clock in the morning, and then went to a house, he took me to a place, and I rested over there for a few hours, and then was the jam. Yes. So later, that was the first time I met Julia Funky. Yeah, Funky J. Then whenever just debut, I was like trying to message Funky J so that I can meet her. Then she came on the hallway and took me to the prelims area and introduced me to Vovan, Gemini, and everyone over there. It was so nice to coming from her and treating me like that. It was really good feeling for me, and we all together was the Paris prelims on that hall. So yes, I feel what you say when you say like they were
He's
really
like very good in helping people. And also I remember the first video which we made in India with an international locker is with you, me, Tesh, and Good Food. I guess Good Food
yes.
are you there? No, I guess
No, he wasn't there.
Oh, no, I was not there.
I guess
He
he
wasn't
left.
there.
I guess he left. I don't know. But yeah, we made a video together, like you, me, and Supahit. Yeah. So yes.
Rocky.
Yeah.
Well, we're actually running out of time, and I apologize. But you can just give us your sum up, and I apologize too because I wanted to let Scooby and Damita say a few words. And
sure, bro. I'll just finish it. Like
I don't want to stop you.
yeah, I understand. I'll just finish
You've
it.
been on
Like
here before. You've been one of my guests before, so I love it. Thank you. But go ahead and.
Yeah, so that's it. Like people like and then of course Tash helped me a lot. She gave me a lot, and she was here with me in India for a month. Her longest second travel after Canada. We were traveling different cities in countries, and we were sharing a lot. So she always acknowledged my work and everything, like about my teaching especially. She gave me a really nice thing. That is something really special for me. So I want to thank Locking for Life family, especially Gemini and everybody who's a part of it, like for always pushing me to do the best. And I want to thank Rakesh because he was saying about his first battle experience that he just went in and registered. He was actually helping me since the first edition. Every time, even if you don't battle, he always makes sure that you just let people without paying and just let them attend the battle. So I don't want you to lose money, so you go, I'll just take care in the registration place. So he writes all the name, and then at the last moment I have to call him, hey, battle is about to start, you have to go for your prelims. So then he runs, and he never cared to focus on the battles and win battles. He was only focusing on me. Hey, I don't want you to lose money. And Scoo B Doo know really well about Rakesh and Tony Goga. Most of the lockers who came here, they know Rakesh for sure, even if it is not in a battle. So I want to thank Rakesh for always helping out. If IPL is really great, you have to thank this man behind me, because there is always someone to be there, because he's the only one person to help me in IPL first edition. And uh, he was helping me. He was not about to battle, but then the event got delayed and I got all the works done. So then I said, hey Rakesh, go register. He said okay. He registered, and then he asked me what to do. Okay, come, let's cipher. I was asking Nagi, Vishwan, everybody to join in, and we were saying like, okay, you have to just do this, just do this, just do this. And we did a small cipher, and we just right back to the battle, and it was like a crazy experience. And I want to mention a lot of Indian lockers. I couldn't make them a part of this one because for they're like 10 people or 12 people, it took a lot of time. I want to feature a lot of dancers. I want to mention, but maybe after everything is done, I want to mention all their names. If I miss someone, just make sure that you guys say, because I just want them to be a part of this one, but it's like taking too long. And I'm sorry for taking a lot of time to explain.
No, it's okay. Much love to you. You know that. I appreciate you putting all this together. I really do. And I want to give I'm going to go ahead and go to Damita real quick, and because a lot of you, I don't know if you've heard of Damita, but she's going to give you like a summary of her a little bit, and her history of dance and where she came from. So Damita, please. And thank you.
One thing I just want to tell you guys that I am so proud to eat, because in 1971, that's where we started. you were not a thought in our heads. So there, and a lot of you weren't even born yet. But anyway, I just wanted to say in behalf of Don Campbell, of Scooby, of Perry, Little Joe, all of us, when we were creating this thing, we all want to thank you because not in our heads at that we are in 2021 coming up. But I'm saying you guys, we did not think that what we were doing was going to go that far. Never. But I would like to go back to 1971 and 72. That's all I'm going to go back to let you know a little bit about me. Number one, I have been dancing since I was 8 to 17. I had a scholarship and I was a ballerina. Now in 71, that was my venture starting. Remember that to the T. Number one, I was a high school a schoolmate. So I was in high school. My 1970 terrible earthquake. And so it condemned my school. It was LA High, where all the different movie star people had temporarily go to Fairfax High. Now in Fairfax High, that was in Beverly Hills. That's one of the big swanky old and everything. But I had 3 girlfriends. And so my 3 girlfriends, and when I was in school, of course, that was my senior year. And so in before graduating, I got a job. I auditioned and I got a play by Leonard Bernstein, and it was called Candide. So I was a happy puppy. But my girlfriends wanted to celebrate. And when I celebrated, I went to a wacky old club, wonderful club to me, but it was called Mavericks Flat. And this is where all the guys and girls would hang out. Now we were young, 17, 18 years old. So they didn't sell a lot of liquor, but anyway, this was the place where, in 1971, girls had afros. We were cute. We had hot pants, polyester belt bottoms. We had mini skirts. I mean, so when we danced, girls dance like this. Hey, hey, very cool. Guys would, try to do the pink, try to do the breakdown. And so therefore, we were cool. So anyway, because I wanted to be very quiet, just like I've forgotten who oh, he's not here. But anyway, he was talking about but therefore
Peter, you keep freezing a little bit, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was a quiet kid. And anyway, when flats, who walks in the door is 3 guys. Oh, one guy was kind of like the leader. And then these other 2 guys. And when they danced, they had their dance partners and everything like that. And once again, they were dancing, the girls were dancing real cool. Then the guys start going, one guy start going, hey, ha, ha. He start locking. And so I'm looking, and of course the girl's going, no, I don't want to dance like that. And so they're backing up. As they're backing up, these 3 guys, and when they were dancing, it was amazing to me because I'm a dancer. So I was lock, split, give themselves 5. Risk was just going. Scoo B Doo had this crazy old dance where his legs go out to the side. And so I was just going like, oh my God. My girlfriends were saying, I'll there and dance with him. You could take him over. And I said, no, I can't. So anyway, I left. Watched the guys and we left. That was on Thursday. On a Friday, my girlfriends took me to another celebration. We went to I never went to any clubs. This is my second time going to a second club. It was called The Climax. It was so big. It was in I think in 1980 they did a movie, or 1970 they did a movie called Thank God It's Friday. So if you ever look it up, Google it up, you will see this. It had a downstairs where they call it a cave. Then the main room, they have a big room. They have a place to eat, a dining area. They have a movie house. Then upstairs they had what you call uh, uh, pillow room where you can bring girls up or whatever like that. But anyway, when I came to downstairs with the three girls, it was crowded as usual, and I was just fascinated. But out of the group, I saw the three guys again. I said, oh, there they are. And then I would told my girlfriend, you know what? I'm gonna tell that guy that he dances. He's a good dancer. And standing next to me was his best partner, a longtime friend named Eddie Dennis. He learned me and he said, oh, don't tell him he's good because his head is already that big. If I tell him he was good, his head gonna be that big. And I just went, and I said, hey, you. And he was dancing. And I said, you're a good dancer. Okay. He pointed to me. He pointed to him. And that means that the song, when it's over, I'm going to dance with you. And I went, oh my gosh. Do this, whatever. So anyway, here I am with Campbell. And we're dancing. I'm doing the breakdown. And as I'm doing it, he slowly started doing that hand movement again. He started to slap. He started to jump. He started, and I just looked at him. And so all of a sudden, when he did it to me, toward the hand, then I went, whap, bam, boom, bop, boom. And then he looked, because girls, no girl will really do that. And so he's locking, I'm locking, but he loves to split. Now, girls don't split. Now, I put a little thing there. No. So therefore, I would jump and slap the floor and pop up. Pop up. So I'm doing this around him. And who jumps in? Scooby. Scooby jumps in. It's like my boys are in, they need me. So he jumps in. He is doing all the lock and he's doing looking at him. So I'm just staring at him, and whatever he was doing, then I decided to pick it up. And then who also stepped was Perry Brown. Now, Perry Brown's more limber, he slaps the floor and he loves to. So I imitate all my girlfriends. Everybody, people were slowly backing up, giving them room. and all I can say is keep dancing. That's my motto. Whatever happens in life, keep doing what you're supposed to do. So I'm dancing. Okay, at the end, everybody claps. So now we become friends. So my three girlfriends, Jackie, Joy, and Linda, we all went to across the street to Fatburgers. So that was the first time I even met the guy. Now, remember, I told you that I got a job. My job doesn't start until 2 weeks later. And then after the 2 weeks later, in that 2 weeks time, I went to a dance contest with Don Campbell. Also went back to Climax. We had a dance contest. We won. We won every time we went. I was a happy puppy. So I really didn't want to go and do the job, but I went on and did a job. But when I came back in October. In October, I went to a club back to Maverick's Flat. And who did I see? Was Campbell and all my friends. They were all jamming and everything. Okay, we were all happy. I went over to the side to get my soda, and there was a lady by the name of Pam Brown. And she is the team coordinator for Soul Train. Now, I've never, so I don't know or anything about it. She just came up to me saying that I was a good dancer and I should be in a dance contest. In my head, I'm thinking that's a club. Soul Train is a club. She's wanted to do that. So but what was weird is she said, well, I have to go to a park. and everybody's going to dance and be in this contest. Well, I thought I was strange. Why would you want to go to a club and then be at park for a contest? But anyway, she left. And when she left, Campbell came up and he asked real quick, who is she? And I said, she's some lady that wants to talk about the contest. He said, oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Now that you're here, can you be my dance partner? And I said, sure, but we have to go to this club. To this park. And so I just went, okay. So that was on a Wednesday. On Friday, we went to the club. Okay, there was a lot of kids there and Campbell was excited, but who brought Campbell was his friend to the park. So Campbell was excited because out of the whole mist came two guys walking toward me like Shaft, and the other one was dressed like Superfly. And so Campbell was excited and he said, oh my gosh, there's Don Cornelius. And which one? Because it was two guys. And that's when they really start saying to me, you really don't know. This is so, okay, you said that twice. What is a Soul Train? Now, once again, Soul Train to them, they explained to me it was like American Bandstand. I don't know, do you get American Bandstand out there? Or did you see any old tapes of American Bandstand? It was a dance show where young kids can dance on it. American Bandstand, they started in 1952 or something like that. But anyway, we danced on Soul Train and we came in the next, on Saturday, you get two shows. On Sunday, you get two shows. And we went on, of course, on when Soul Train was terrible to me because all the kids were low. Now that's my eye spot. No, that's our spot. And Campbell was going like, where are we going to stand? No, that's our spot, you know. So here comes the dance contest. Now everybody slowly was still doing the breakdown, the penguin. So they didn't really know about Campbell locking. So Campbell started the split. Okay, some of the guys looking at Campbell started the split. So then he started to kick his leg and do his movement. And some of the guys, as we're dancing, they are starting to him. And of course, he wasn't happy. He wasn't a happy puppy because he wanted to win the contest. So anyway, I just said, number one, as we're dancing, they're trying out. You already know what you're going to do. So we just did what we did and bam, we won the contest. So, but of course, we went on, we stayed there until 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning. But we didn't tell Scooby and we didn't tell the rest of them we would come anything about it because Campbell didn't want me to talk. He wanted to win the contest. And then we would tell them all about, you're gonna get quiet. We're not gonna talk to them. But when we went to the climax, they were all saying, "Where you guys been? We've been looking for you." And everything. I said, "I went on a stupid show called Soul Train," and everybody yelled out, "Soul Train, Damita, you just got here. We've been trying for months to get on that show." And I was going, well, Pam Brown told me and Campbell, but as we were leaving, "Do you have any friends?" And we looked at each other. We said, "Yeah." And she said, "They dance like you guys?" "Yeah." And she said, "Can you bring them tomorrow, the Sunday?" And I said, "Do they have to?" "No, they're going to come in your names." And I said, "Okay." So what I did, we invited our friends on, and what I did on the stage, and I yelled out, "Anybody who wants to be on Soul Train, be at my house at 6 a.m. in the morning." So when we that next day, my whole block had all these kids, and we all jumped in the car, and we caravan ourselves to Channel 11, where Soul Train was. So everybody, if you ever see, there's one particular time where there's a lot of people in the line going down. That was the day when everybody came on that show. So I just wanted to from there, uh, row until we got on that show, because that was a national show. So when everybody danced, we weren't dancing in LA, we were dancing in New York, we were dancing in Chicago, we were dancing all these different places. So Soul Train's movements started to grow. Before we were on Soul Train, you could still see like a Gladys Knight, you could still see everybody doing cool stuff. But now we're slapping. Now girls, and as for me dancing with Campbell, I would pick up the stuff to do. But I am a woman. I'm still, I have to, in 1971 and 72, women didn't want to dance like a guy. So I had to, in my head, make it so if a woman like me can do it, you can do it. So they start kicking. They start going down, doing everything that I was doing. So, and the word locker, there was no 71, 72. Lockers didn't come in until 1973 through 1974. I mean, you could lock in or whatever, but as to be a person looking on TV, and I just love, you would say things like, oh, I saw in a video. As we didn't have a video. We looked at each other. That's so therefore the things that you're doing, the stop and go, the Scoo B Doo, all those things that you're doing, it's fascinating to because we created, but we didn't do it like, oh, today stop and go. Oh, tomorrow we're going to do the guitar. Oh, third day we're going to do that. No, it took time to develop because and also Campbell only had a few of elements of steps that he would do, and he would do it perfectly. That's what made me love him because of the way he would dance. He would have this freedom of dancing. I was looking on the floor how everybody was doing the penguin and stuff. To me, that was unified, but yet we were all wanted to be accepted. But he stood because he was different. So for me, it could just caught my eye, especially by being a dancer. Therefore, I jumped on in. And Scooby and being with Perry and I mean, even the bump. Okay, I decided to call a raunchy bump. So when the guy would bump, I hit him right in the butt. Okay, now I hit him right in the leg. Bam. Okay, turn around. Now fix my hair, and I'm still bumping while I'm doing that. my body's going bam, bam. So it turned into an entertainment too. So therefore, people start looking at the dancing. Always think of the Harlem Globetrotters. They were basketball players, but yet they were entertainers. They were perfect in what they were doing as being a basketball player. But then they became interesting in letting younger kids because they were also entertaining. They were. It wasn't a definitely game. It was their turn to give back. So that's what we were doing. We liked working with, and people were fascinated. I mean, when we started dancing, it was like eyes started looking out. So even on Soul Train, they wouldn't really let us go because they could see how everybody our dance steps. And so therefore, he grew enough to and Don had a dream, and up came the Lockers. But that's another story. But that was
thank you. Yeah. I know that you her story skips here and there because we don't have that much time.
I know.
But I wanted to you guys to hear her story because she tells her story. We can't tell Don's story. We can only tell Peter's story, right? That's her experience.
And I just wanted to thank number one, Alpha, because see, as we grew up, there was a lot of rumors, a lot of mythology about how we did this or what we did this, or, whatever like that. But in that time, there was no vehicle, nothing for us to tell or stop. So the rumors got fested. And after festive, they got real to them. And so therefore now, because of alpha and other instruments, we can now use these instruments and verify what we were there.
Right.
So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Very good. Now we got Scooby, and Scooby's going to be the last. Unfortunately, we won't have time to do like a question answer thing. But Scooby's going to tell his story, and it's similar but totally different.
That's true.
Because Scooby,
that's true.
Yeah, they had a, like she said, when they went into the club, Scooby and Don and Perry was together, and she met them. So that means that Scooby was already there, right? So Scooby, you can please tell your story, and I know that you're not a long-winded person, so be at it.
Okay, well, first I'd like to say to India, I had a good time when I was there, and if it wasn't for Rocky, I wouldn't have been there, and I'm so pleased that he brought me there to meet everybody. I like to say this really fast though, and then I want to tell you about India real fast. I first started when I met Don Campbell. I met him at a club, and I didn't speak to him. I just watched him. I watched and I watched week after week after week, watching him to learn what he was doing. And I noticed that what he was doing, nobody else was doing. That means that if I want to pick a person out of what I seen at the club, if I want to, because I didn't know how to dance. I didn't tell you that part. I had never danced before, never been on stage, never been on a club desk to dance. And so anyway, when I was looking at everybody, I noticed that this guy, Don Campbell, dancing, doing the most. And I said, if everybody out there is doing the same thing, he is the best. But they weren't doing the same thing. But remember, I did not know how to dance. They hadn't named they haven't named this locking yet. It wasn't called locking. He hasn't named the thing yet. So when I watched him, I took it home and I watched what he was doing, and I noticed he was wristing his wrist. Okay, he's moving his wrist, and then I noticed he's slapping his hands back behind his hand, and then I noticed he was pointing, and then I noticed the main thing he would repeat over and over again. It was the lock. Now, those things is what I first seen him do. And finally, I just learned how to do that. And he came up to me behind me one day, trying to do what he was doing. And it was like maybe about 2 months later, I guess. And he says, "Hey, man, you're coming up. It's very good. I like what you did. Yeah, what's your name?" I said, "My name is Jimmy." He said, "Yeah, my name is Don Campbell." Then he said, "Do you have a car?" And so when he said yes, I got to meet him. But something that Damita said this: at that time, nobody was doing these things. And it wasn't. It was only me and Don Campbell. So I don't have a big story to tell you except for this one, because now you guys are all blessed because you have friends, you have a big family, and you're trying to. So we didn't have that. The family didn't start with us until Damita came around, and that was a whole year later. So when Damita came up, it was because of her we started getting with her friends, her girlfriends, and Perry and me and Eddie and all of us and Little Joe. Everybody started getting together, and we would meet at Damita's house, and then we go to the club, or she would call us and we would meet at the club and stuff like that. So the thing is that I wanted to tell you about this, about India, okay? When I got back, or even before I got back in 2010, even before that, I started noticing a lot of people were doing different things from different countries. I noticed Japan and I noticed China, and I noticed in Japan and in China, they knew the foundation very good, but they weren't really funky. But then I went to Europe and they had a mix. And so I started learning and paying attention to everybody. So by the time I got to India, I'm trying to explain to Rocky that you got to be funky, you have to have soul, and these first thing you must know is the foundation, and then you have to do this and you do that. And so I'm noticing right now from a lot of people coming from India that they're missing something, okay? And what they're missing is Tosh, and they're missing Damita. You guys need that. You need to learn besides us, Alpha and Tony Gogo and Don Campbell. You need to listen. You need to listen to them because they have the happy and the that make you want to feel it. That feel that wants to make you never give this up, never give this up. So you need that. You need that female look talk to you. Like when you heard it from Tosh, you brought her there for a month. Why? Because of the exciting from her. So that's what I'm telling you now. Bringing Damita will be, don't bring her now because we have a virus.
Thank you.
But that's all I want to end with that. Have a family, and she's and she's so exciting to listen to. Okay, so I'm so glad that Alpha has this, and that all of us, we are family. We are big family, and I listen to everybody on here. I listen to everyone who took my class. I love all of you, and especially one guy. There's one guy I want to speak with. Say his name. I can't remember his name, but he was in the top 8 out there. What was his name? Supahit. I don't remember. I can't remember how to pronounce his name. Yeah, but anyway, I wanted to tell you that as long as you like him, as long as you stay in there and don't give up, don't never give up about what you love and have patience for, you'll be better and you'll be number one. That's number one. Is not winning the money, just showing yourself and being out there. So anyway, I like to say all that, and I'm glad Alpha brought me on to say that.
Very good. Thanks, Scooby. And guys, I know it's late. What time is it there?
1 o'clock, 1:10.
That's what I figured. I was trying to see it on my on my computer to see the time, but I knew it was late. And I just want to let you guys know I really appreciate you guys staying up. I think one time when I had one of the guys that was on here, we did one show because of the time difference. I think it was like maybe 4 o'clock in the morning when we finished. You know, I think Rocky, you might have been on that one.
Yes, I was there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I told Rocky.
It was 5:30.
Yeah. So I told Rocky, I said, look, I want you to put this together for me, but the time is on you guys. You tell me what time you guys could to be there. I don't want to give you the time. So I appreciate you guys hanging in there. And my words left is that, you know, I'm real big there. The Scooby, Damita is like the straight talker. So the foundation of like the way the elegance of a dancer, not rather a guy or girl. You got to have that. Scooby is a funky portion of it, and Don was funky of it. Don didn't teach dance, and we didn't learn. We learned everything from Don, but Don didn't teach us anything. You know, like he didn't say, okay, well, stay here, we do this, do that. That was not Don. Even until he passed, I don't think Don taught classes, you know, but everybody else that learned from him, you know, that watched him was able to do that. So, but my last note is that I say when you dance, to be exciting, because you guys are already dancers. I'm like want to see power moves, because if you notice, even though that's the way I would win, because they were stronger lockers than I was more smooth because I danced when I was like Damita. I started dancing when I was 13, you know, so I was always a dancer. So when I started locking, I couldn't beat those guys locking. But once I started doing my power moves and locking and stuff like that, I started winning, and I became myself, and everyone knew who I was. So I'm saying do power moves because they help no matter what. If you notice the main guys that lock out there and then the ones that's winning, they're winning with power moves. It's great to stand up and lock. That's what it's all about. But Don dived, he did this, he did that, and he was everything. And that was part of Don. And that's what made me want to do the part of him is the power moves portion. That's where that was my part of Don, and stand up as well. So don't forget to add that into your works, because it just adds something. Like I said, the last note, if you look at any of the well-known lockers today, they have to be a power move person. I guarantee you that, or they wouldn't be as big as they are. I know that for a fact. But don't get me wrong, there's great lockers out there, but just add a little bit more of that. And that's just coming from me. That's my personal opinion. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Can I just add one thing? All you guys, whenever you're dancing, find one thing you love to dance. Keep doing it. It's your specialty. It's something that nobody away from you, but it's yours. That's all I want to say.
Right, exactly. Just be yourself. Thank you, guys. And I really do appreciate you guys hanging in there. Really do. Rocky, thank you for putting everybody together. And thank you, Scooby. Thank you.
Thank you, Rocky.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
But you can
Bye-bye,
watch it.
bye-bye.
It's going to be on. You can replay it. It's going to be on indefinite, so you can watch it anytime you like to see and hear things. Okay, guys. Thank you. I hope the India. I don't even care if I come to teach. It's not my thing, but I would love to just come there, because I always wanted to come there just to visit.
And everybody,
we would love to have you.
All right, you guys. You take care. Love you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.